Dude, words are weird, man. A lot of them sound all the same, but mean
Words are
different
funky.
thing. Different
like
thing,
words.
man. And word hard.
Mainly on pages.
You know, there was a. I was just watching Poke streaming the other day. He was watching this guy. He does a lot of like travel vlog stuff, and he goes around like a bunch of different countries. And he was in Bangladesh, I think. And he kept like talking and like pausing the video like every like 5-10 minutes, and he was like, dude, it's crazy, like all these people have like as like in-depth lives as like we have, you know, and it's like crazy. And the whole chat was like going off about how he was
Bro, forgot
sondering.
other people have
Well, no,
brains and
it's
thoughts.
just one of those
People
things where it's like
no
it's one of those things where like you don't put thought into it really, but
Yeah.
like when you sit there really and think about like how crazy it is that this person that you see for 5 seconds on a YouTube video is living life, and it is just as complicated and as like in depth as your life is,
Exactly.
and has as many details and as many moments and as many like people. And it was really
Yeah, but
funny
they're rich.
because I guess that there's a word for that, and it's called sonder, to sonder, or some if you are sondering.
Like,
And the whole chat was just like going off saying, calling him like Sonder Andy.
yeah.
It was the funniest thing. And he did it like 4 or 5 other times within like the span of like an hour. He just kept pausing the video, and he's like, but guys, isn't it crazy?
Oh my
Everybody's like
God.
weed brain sondering. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Anyways, you guys can now sonder at our existence. Welcome back to 99% Distracted.
I don't do anything. I'm pretty boring.
You can see us now in
Yeah.
better quality. This is
Finally.
the setup. This is it, guys.
I know, dude.
This
Well,
is the
actually, though, 'cause
setup
we have
that we're
mics.
actually keeping until we make money
Okay,
from
bro.
this,
Well,
if we
there's gonna
ever
be a shelf
do.
over there.
Eventually.
Yeah, but that's not. We don't need. That's
Oh, yeah.
not.
We don't need that right
That's
now.
not
That's-
us. That's
yeah.
just the basement to make the basement.
Because
look
all
better.
this stuff
No,
can
that's
move.
that's gonna be
you
where
know?
all of our drinks go.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
but this is the setup for like when
Never
we.
mind.
'Cause
Yeah,
this will
yeah.
come with us to PAX.
Do you have that? Are
You
we
know?
keeping the bottles then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you keep that bottle?
Yeah, he
Oh.
kept it.
I
We,
thought
we
you
talked
did.
about
It's
this
up
last
in my
time.
room.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I didn't
right.
want
You weren't
someone
gonna put it
taking
down
it.
there because
Yep.
someone was gonna. Yeah.
You didn't want anyone to throw it out or anything because
Yeah.
we want to keep them and put them on.
I hope there's no more tea this
Someone-
episode because that was
There's
that
not.
was
There's
so
not tea.
bad.
Yeah, we can get into that. I mean,
I hate
I'm
tea,
honestly,
dude.
I'm kind of down to if we want to do it early because I
No,
would like something to
I-
sippy.
I like
We
it
do
towards
have
the
water
end.
down here. It's just cooling. So
Yeah,
I like it towards the end.
I have my water, but like a sippy sip isn't too bad. We could do it like an hour in.
Yeah.
Sure.
hey, we do have 2 drinks here. I still got another one.
I mean, we could.
We could do a
Well,
2-drink
we'll
up.
see.
No, dude, we gotta stick with the one, dude. We can't keep changing it up. We can't keep changing it. We
No,
gotta
it's just
keep-
one.
We gotta stick to one.
I think
Stick
we
to
stick
one.
with one for a
Because
little
then we
bit.
don't have to buy one next time,
Mm-hmm.
or we can just always have.
But the issue isn't like the money to buy it. It's just like
Yeah.
someone has to go out and make sure
Yeah.
they get it.
And
Well,
now
the nice
has
thing
to go
about
get
it is if Trey already has one lined up for next time, so whichever one of you guys want to buy it,
yeah,
that way we always have the next drink.
right.
Well, hopefully it
Instead of
stays
having
We
like
gotta-
that,
we should
but
do-
I don't
we should-
know.
I mean, right now you have one random tea, but I don't know what you're having now. We should do.
Yeah.
If it ever gets too many, we should make a list somewhere.
I mean, we're
So
gonna
we
have
don't
the
do a
bottle, so we'll
repeat.
have a list of it
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
Bro, forgot
I
that we
guess-
have the
well,
shit. We
no,
got
I
the
was
shelf with
thinking-
the bottles,
I was
so
like,
we don't
if you're
talk
out
about
and
it.
about and you need to know what we have or haven't got.
Yeah, we should have
Yeah,
like
we
but-
can throw a
yeah,
list
definitely
up.
have a list.
We'll see.
Throw it in like a maybe we could throw it in like the Discord,
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't need
just
it
like
yet.
under topics
but-
or like a second part of the podcast.
Yes, because that whole section, that whole
Mm.
the podcast
That's just
like,
us
section,
four.
only we can see that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nobody else can even view the.
Yeah, I
the
need to
channels or
mute the
anything.
topics channel
Yeah.
because I keep getting
It
like
goes
the
off.
Discord notifications.
Yeah, so anytime that like you literally in the moment, if you think of something, just throw it in the topic.
Yeah.
channel. Like the second you think of it, and make it cryptic enough to where you'll understand.
Speaking
what it is,
of, I got
but-
some.
Oh, what does he got?
Sure, you want to throw
topics.
the first?
I'll
the
throw
first
one out
topic
right
in
off
there?
the bat because it's just something I think is cool that happened.
Cool. Yeah.
So gaming, Elden Ring more specifically.
What about it?
I was browsing Reddit
DLC?
and I saw this video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, first off, I'm down to get back into the Elden Ring multiplayer.
It's fun.
I'd have to
Right.
re-download it.
I know you two would have to read down the game,
Yeah.
but if you want to, I'm down to get back into
I think
it.
it'd
But
be fun.
I saw this video of Margit Fell Omen, the
Yep.
first guy with like
Yeah.
the light swords, and he does that jumping attack with the big light hammer.
Yep.
I
Right?
recall.
Someone beat that boss using Morse code.
What?
So they would do literally Morse code
Of course.
inputs, and that would
People come up with the
correspond.
most. Dude, somebody beat the entire game with their feet.
Yeah, it is
Well, also
wild what
playing
people
the
can do.
game with their
Crazy.
hands.
They did.
Well, I think
They
not
did
only
both at the
that,
same
because
time.
I think I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
The lady that beat it with her
Yeah,
her feet.
they've-
She beat the game twice at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Once with
she's
her
insane.
foot and once
she
with the
was
controller.
insane, dude. That's insane.
The type,
She had the dance pad
people
one,
who
too.
The dance pad, which was how she
Yeah.
played like with her feet or
That's
whatever.
wild.
they
Crazy.
people who play those games put so much effort into finding the most ridiculous way to play those games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
it
dude.
gets people talking about it. So
It does. That's why they're so popular still.
Like
'cause, like,
he beat
Wild.
he beat the boss with one button.
So did he have like one of those like?
It was like
things that they had.
it
in, like,
was
World
a
War
big
II, the,
red
like,
button. No, it was just a big
okay.
red button that he pressed and put Morse code input into, and then the character would follow whatever the input was.
Did he like
That's
pop off
crazy.
like that one video? The
No.
old guy
He
from
was
the
like-
World War II vet
No,
that was
it
that was doing Morse code on the table, and it was like
yeah, that's
Dude, it was
crazy. I've seen that
crazy.
video. It's crazy.
it's wild. I'll have to show you guys that video after
I think I
after
might
the
have seen
pod.
it
It's so
before.
good, dude. It's really cool.
Yeah.
He's just like popping off, just like click, 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 and just so much.
No, but he was just like it was.
Oh,
I
but
mean, he was going quite fast,
another thing,
right? But like, it wasn't like
You guys have heard about the Elden Ring DLC, right?
I've not.
You haven't heard
no.
about this?
No.
I've known.
I don't know if
Souls
it's just
games
a
have had
rumor or if it's something
DLCs,
that's actually
but
real or not. I might just be making something up at this
Yeah.
point. But
I
I
don't.
heard
I don't
it's
doubt it.
about Millennia's brother or something like that.
Whoa.
And it's like
Okay.
It's
I heard
mean,
that they canceled it.
really they canceled
Yeah.
it?
Why? Do you know?
I don't know. I
That's
just heard that
crazy.
they canceled.
Why would you even bring it up then? Calm down.
Yeah,
Well,
shit,
it's
Look it
not
up,
like-
see if it's still coming.
Like Souls
It might
games
be.
have DLCs often, so it's
Yeah.
not a surprise that they're, especially
Yeah.
Elden Ring, that was massive.
Yeah, I would not be surprised, especially since
There's still people playing the game with Morse code.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like it's basically like I've finished Berserk.
Yeah.
So much of just all the From Software games are huge Berserk references,
Yeah.
and it's literally just like the new like prince, whatever. Like I think his name's Makella or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on like a white horse, white hair. He's fully just a Griffith reference,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool.
That's dope.
I love that the From Software games that like are such huge fans of Berserk.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool
right.
when like people like that show tribute to other.
Well, I mean, you
Mhm.
think about it. That was
Media.
such a big like, cultural like limestone. So it makes sense that
Yeah.
Miyazaki would have taken
Oh,
from
100%.
because he's Japanese, so it makes
Mhm.
sense that he probably read Berserk.
I can
as
only
it was
assume
coming
that's
out.
probably his favorite manga.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Probably.
Or he saw it and he's like,
Or-
I need to make a game like this. And because
Yeah.
it's funny too,
Mhm.
because the whole reason that he got into making games was because he had this idea for like what in his opinion would be the best format for a video game ever. And he really wanted a game like that on the market, but nobody else was making it. So he said Thanos Gauntlet up, and he's like, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And now he has the curse of knowing how to beat all of the games, so he can never actually truly experience the perfect games that he
Yeah.
would enjoy himself more
That's
than
sad.
anything else, which is crazy.
Mhm.
He's like he sacrificed his own enjoyment for this series.
I mean, yes, but no, because there's so many Souls-like games that are like
well, now there is,
imitation.
Yeah.
That he could find a game like
Oh, of
to
course.
scratch the itch, but like
Part
with
of
the
it though
same
is lore
art
too.
style and art direction, then he's
Yeah.
not gonna find.
And part of it is the lore
the lore
and
is
stuff.
crazy.
and how immersive it is. Because like there's a bunch of there is a lot of
The lore is so weird in those games
It is, but
because
it's
like
interesting.
it's not. It's like you miss it on your first playthrough,
Dude,
Yeah.
another
unless
thing,
you're
like,
really paying
I think
attention.
like the older Dark Souls
But
games,
there's-
like so much of the lore is in just the regular random magic items.
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like
like
that.
it's
so much of the
descriptions.
lore is
game.
in the descriptions
It's
for the
baked
items.
into the
Yep.
game that you have to like. If you look for it, you'll find it.
Yeah, exactly.
But keeping track of it all and like organizing it is so hard to do.
Did you guys
Mhm.
know how Elden Ring's lore came to be? Like when they were making the game?
I don't.
Have you heard about this? It's
I don't.
crazy.
They might have.
So Miyazaki, when he was making Elden Ring, it was like he wanted to create like more of a story it's more open world, more a little bit like there's the quest lines and stuff. You can kind of do your own thing. Where the Dark Souls games, and Demon Souls that came before us, were very linear, very linear. Like locations, there's pretty much only like one way to go, and it's like you just got to get through
yeah.
the boss. But like the fact that they even added the ability to like skip a boss, like
Yeah.
Margit. Or what was it, Godric that you could skip? Or no, it was Margit you could skip.
You can skip. I think Margit, right?
And I think one
know?
more, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you can skip Margit. I think you could go to Godric because you go through the castle. Yeah.
There's one of them in the castle that you skip by. No, I think
Yeah.
it is Godric. I think you go on the side because there's a little like jump down
yes,
area.
it is. Yeah, you skip Godric.
and you skip the.
Yep.
later part of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
castle. Yeah, you didn't have to go through that torture,
Yeah.
by the way, Trey.
So like the fact that
Oh,
they even added that was like very unheard of because he wanted to like do a different style of game. He wanted to be more open world and like focused on the world. That he worked with George R. Martin, who is like a film writer and like and like a novel writer and stuff. And he actually had George R. R. Martin create the world and the lore for the world. And like finalize and complete this thing and basically write like a novel that then Miyazaki could use for reference as he destroyed the world that George R. R. Martin made to create what we play in Elden Ring. So George R. R. Martin created this world, and Miyazaki
So, like,
took it and like basically said, okay, this thing happened here to destroy this castle, and this this thing thing happened here to like destroy this like country or
I
whatever.
did hear about this.
And then it became this because every Dark Souls or FromSoft game is like basically takes place after some kind of an apocalypse or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he created like Scarlet Rot and all that stuff, and that was all Miyazaki's doing. But like the locations and all of the stuff and the lore of like who
and
was and, like the creatures and stuff was all George R. R. Martin. But then all of the other things was sort of put in, and the world was broken by then.
Yeah.
Miyazaki who put it back together like a broken puzzle piece, and we play in that now.
That's really
which
cool.
is crazy.
Yeah, it is really cool.
So he worked with like
That's a crazy like collaboration.
I know. I thought that was insane, and I found that out long after we had played. Like I only figured that out like last year, so I didn't know that going into the game. Which like if I had known that, I probably would have been even more interested in the lore and like been paying more attention. Because like at first I was like, I don't really care too much, but then as we started playing it together, I was like, wait a minute, there's a lot of really dope lore here. Like when we did Blythe's storyline and stuff, I thought that was really cool.
Gonna put that back up, River. I'm afraid it's gonna unplug something just by hanging like that. Yeah, I also this morning I saw something else Elden Ring related. There's a guy who did a randomizer playthrough, so all the bosses are shuffled and stuff, and you go to random places.
I think that would be fun to do.
He did a hitless run.
Oh my god!
And he beat the game in like 4 hours. Hitless.
Of course.
4 hours.
So this
Yeah, in 4 hours, got through the whole game, no hits with a random boss. So you have no idea who you're about to fight, but you just have to like.
Multiple attempts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, there's
But,
a
like,
chance that you fight like.
4 hours?
Yeah, like there's a chance that you
Yeah,
fight
it
like.
took him 4 hours to do the.
Okay,
I think
okay.
I think
thought it
with
was just
some
4
of the,
hours for all
I
of it.
think like getting into the to the tree, you do have to go, and beat like Fire Giant, and I think you do have to take the same like steps to get to places. I don't know if he did like the randomized doors.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
that's super cool though. I think that'd be fun to do. I
The
like the idea of the
randomizer?
like. Yeah, I want to do like a modded playthrough, like one where we're not like trying to like one where you like mod it to the point where it's like it doesn't matter if you kind of ruin the challenge of the game. Like we're just there to have a
Yeah,
fun.
just
Yeah.
Make it
Like have like
easy.
because there's
But
like
it is already so easy with
Yeah.
the with the co-op multiplayer for
it makes it
people.
way
Yeah.
easier, but it's fun.
So easy.
But it's still fun. I mean, I don't know
Fire
though. I
Giant
mean,
was so pain
it
in the
makes
ass,
it
though.
makes it easier, but
mean,
it doesn't make it like a
There-
breeze, which
It's
is
We
awesome.
literally
Yeah.
just cheesed it.
I love how it's still challenging.
like Fire Giant.
yeah, like Fire
That
Giant.
We didn't even
is-
actually
dude,
beat him.
I
We literally
hate
just
No,
that
'cause I beat
boss
it in my
so
solo.
much.
I just let you guys join me.
That boss is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
unfun, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
really-
not that fun.
Yeah, you were talking about like why he's not fun earlier, like a few days ago
Yeah.
to me. It was
He's
it's
just-
true.
He's just massive. He's just a big boss, right? So every big boss in every single game you play is just so slow, right? It's like
Yeah.
you literally took their speed modifier and turned it to like 0.25. They can't move. They're not mobile at all, and they just have a bunch of HP. So you're just sitting there dodging the slowest attacks that are like ultra telegraphed that you know are going to happen for
Yeah.
like the 5 years before it actually happens. Then you dodge the attack, and then you just hit them 50,000 times, and they die.
Yeah, but
It's
then you
so
just make
boring.
a mistake, a dumb mistake,
Yeah,
and then you die.
And then you make a
and
dumb
then you have to
mistake.
reset.
Yeah, that's the thing with them.
And they
that-
usually
ugh,
kill
man.
you like in one hit.
Yeah,
too,
it's
because they're
so
slow and
annoying.
telegraphed that it's like, oh, you miss. Like the shield bat, like the thing where he slams his shield down or
Dude,
whatever.
that's
Yeah.
annoying.
Which is sometimes the easiest thing to dodge ever, and then
You just
90 like other times that he does it after, it's impossible to dodge.
Yep.
So it's just like, oh man, that was not fun. And the fact that it scaled the HP So it
Yeah,
had,
that
like,
was
Yeah,
really
dude.
annoying. That was really
I think he
annoying.
ended up having like
So
over like
many.
yeah. I mean, it was an insane number of whatever his
Yeah.
HP was.
It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
multiplied it by 4, and it's exponential, I think, by the amount of
And
people
the
that you have. So I
damage
think
was
it
the
just keeps going
same.
higher
I know.
So
damage
we
was
were
Yeah.
getting
insane.
one shot, and if one person died, then
Yeah.
it's up to the 3 other people.
to defeat a
do-
boss with 4 times the HP.
Yeah.
Or actually,
know.
it might even have been 32 times. I think
'Cause-
because I think it might be exponential.
There's no way it's exponential.
No way. Dude.
I think it might
that would be
be.
crazy. There's no way.
There's no shot though. What? They can't be.
I mean, it
'Cause
sure
it-
felt like it was 32 times.
With Fire
Holy
Giant,
sh-
yeah.
Like,
that's-
oh my
just searched it up,
God.
And he has 42,000 health.
Yeah, so he
So
probably
what?
had about a
Base.
million. I'm
Dude,
not
he's
kidding.
like the
He probably
Elder
had close to
Dragon,
a
guys.
million.
You know that dragon we ran to that you just like hit the tail of and you
And that's it.
you
yeah.
kill it and you get the souls. Isn't
Yeah.
that like 50,000 HP or something like that?
I think so.
Oh my god.
Like it's almost that amount of HP
Yeah.
that we were trying to fight without getting hit like once.
Yeah, because
that
because
is
the Elder Dragon's
that's
also
so
scaled. His
scuffed.
HP's also scaled because we
Yeah.
have 4 people.
that is
Yeah.
so
So the
dumb,
reason,
bro.
so like, think about how
I
long we
don't-
spent
it's-
attacking that tail. We would have had to do that to the giant. Imagine doing that with having to dodge stuff.
yeah.
That's the
And the
fight.
second phase,
That's the fight we would have.
I got
had
to the
have
second
done.
phase because I
Yeah.
beat him on my solo.
Yeah.
A couple like days, probably like a week or so ago, I beat him. His second phase is so much harder
Yeah.
because he's mobile in his second phase.
Yeah. It's
Jeez.
tough.
It's like we would not.
I think literally
No.
right after we had like cheesed it, because for some reason Trey's save
fast
had-
travel was-
yeah, it was his. He unlocked every
Yeah.
fast travel in the game for some reason
Because
because
I couldn't get
mods are bugged.
He couldn't get somewhere, so he had to
Yeah.
like.
Oh, that's right. So you had to unlock it all through because you
Yeah.
you can get to the round table hold,
Yeah.
which is the most
Yeah.
important place to
Yeah, I
get
just
to.
couldn't get
Because you
there.
literally just wouldn't be able to level up or whatever. So you had to like
Yeah.
unlock them all with console commands or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
I
that's
actually just
funny.
beat the Fire Giant
So then we
solo.
just teleported past the
Yeah.
fire
Wait,
giant.
Well, you beat
and
the
then
Fire
went back.
Giant solo.
Yeah.
I actually did.
What's
he
his
did.
second phase?
No, he did.
I actually did. I can't remember.
He
but
he
Oh.
did do it.
I did the cheese.
Him and I did it like
strat.
the day after. He
Oh,
beat it
you
right
cheesed
before
it?
me, and
I was the first one to defeat him.
Yeah, he was.
'cause I literally
he was the
Right.
one that
searched
convinced
up
me
a
to go
video
back
on
and do
how
it in
to-
my solo. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
oh, whatever, fine, I guess I'll do it. And then went back and beat it. I was like, wait, that was so easy. And he's like, I know, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was
Wait,
super easy.
Because for us, it was really easy because I guess our builds that we had were like really good for against it. Because like
Yeah.
I just threw
What were
rocks
you
at him and
u-
it was
oh,
like
yeah,
insanely.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just like nothing. So all the beast incantations and stuff.
Well,
And I think you had madness at that point.
if you hit him in
Yeah, I
the
did.
leg, dude,
so
he's
it's just like crazy. Yeah, but like, oh, dude.
yeah. I had that as opening to that fight, like scripted, dude.
Yeah.
I knew what to do, like the whole. Like with his animations, I had memorized at what
Dude,
point
that's
through the
awesome.
animation I needed to start my attack to get the attack to hit him, and then that would stagger him, and then I know what attack he would do after the stagger, so then I'd get ready to dodge it. I'd dodge it,
That's so
and then
funny.
it was
It's like a dance.
literally.
That's
and
the
then,
very satisfying things about FromSoft.
And then he
games.
would just stare at me from like halfway across the map and go.
just slowly walk.
It's like,
dude.
come on, dude.
Get over here, bro.
It's so annoying. That's why I loved like Margit and like when he is Morgott as well, because it's like
Yeah.
that's the best boss in the game that I've fought so far.
I think so. Oh, well, maybe I think honestly, what would have been probably more fun to me was the guy in like the throne room that we destroyed in one try. Do you remember that guy? It was
No.
like he was like a it was a well, I mean, I guess kind of pseudo spoilers, but it was a like ghost version of the final boss.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
so
Wait.
much fun.
Godfrey,
Godfrey.
the first
Yeah.
Elden Lord.
Dude, he was
I
so
remember
fun.
him.
His
But
first,
we killed
his
him
first
in literally
phase.
I
we
got
killed him
killed
in
like
his
the
first
immediately.
second
boss
try,
fight.
I think.
Yeah.
I remember dying immediately.
Yeah,
'cause you
dude,
and I
yeah.
died
You
immediately.
died like
and then-
immediately. Couldn't even fight the
And
guy because we
couldn't
just
fight
melted
him.
him.
You
with-
guys killed him,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
literally, River and I just couldn't. That happened to me with like 4 bosses.
And the next one too, Morgott.
Yeah.
Morgott.
like
So
4
Margit's
bosses.
second boss
Ro-
fight, Morgott
yeah.
was melted.
Radabon or whatever, or that's Monster
I was
Hunter.
I was thinking
Um,
about that earlier, and I was thinking, don't say Radabon.
Yeah,
Radigan.
what is it?
Radon.
Radon.
There's so
Radon. I
many
didn't get to fight. I
Ra-
didn't get to kill Radon because I died before you guys killed him.
I think
I didn't get to kill
was-
Godfrey. I
who
didn't get to
killed
kill
him? I wanna say it was
Morgott.
me? Might have been.
And there
I
was
don't
one
know.
more that I
I don't
also
I
the
don't
twin
know.
whatever.
I don't know who it was. Dude, we spent so many
I didn't
tries
get to kill those
trying
guys.
to kill Radon.
Dude, we just got. We need to play that again
Yeah,
because we just got past that.
we're gonna like
Didn't
we're
we?
heading.
We
No,
got
we're
to
heading-
what,
the
the
fat
last time
guy and
we
the skinny
played.
guy.
No, I
The
think
last
we got
time
past.
we
I
played,
think
it was
we,
us three.
Yeah.
And
we got past that boss because we were just so tired. Yes, we did. Didn't we?
Yeah,
not
we
the
did.
two. The
We got
Did we
past
go a
Twins.
different
Twins.
way? Did we just
no,
go somewhere
we're
else?
way late, dude. We have like 3 more boss fights.
Okay,
after
here's
that
what
one.
I remember
So
the
you're
last
You're
time.
talking about the fat and skinny, like
The last time I
duo
remember
boss,
playing,
right?
no, the last time I remember playing, is we were like there was this one like weird like mask thingy, and it was like spewing like it was you and me. I think it was just us that were playing, and we went somewhere else. We didn't go to the boss, but we did a different
What did we
pathway or
do?
something. And we were trying, dude. You have clips of it where there was like the glowing light, like the whole like the room.
Yeah,
would
with
just
the
glow.
mushrooms.
Yeah, and then like
And
the,
just
the
blow
weird
up.
mushroom things and
I
stuff, and
can't
it would
recall.
like glow and like
No,
blow
Trey
up.
was with us too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
the
say,
three
I'm
of us
pretty
were
sure I was
playing, and
there.
that's
Yeah,
the last
so-
time we played. We
Because
got
it was when
past
I
something, right?
The
Where were we
fat-
going?
okay.
like the room or something.
I
and then
just
instantly
played.
died.
I just played the other day. So the fat twin and then the skinny twin boss fight, right? After that, then you go and kill the guy with the death seal, which was
Yeah.
like the dude who gives you beast incantations
yeah.
and stuff. Then we went to the keep to get the other lift piece.
Yes. Yeah.
Killed that guy with the lightning powers.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to the lift. Now we're at the massive tree.
Yes. Right.
That's
Were we
like
also
all
looking-
weird.
So there's,
And
like, a
we were
bunch of
running,
other
We were
stuff.
running on like
Shard.
branches and stuff.
Oh
Yeah, it was
no, I
this-
do remember that.
It was like the weird like
yeah, we
beast,
were
like
in the
dog
roots or
things
whatever.
that were really strong, and we were just running through that area.
Yeah.
Were we trying to get the jar shard?
Yes.
I
We were going.
think
We were
so.
going
That
to
was, like, the
finish.
thing that
We were
trying
going to
do.
finish.
We saw something, and we are like, we have to get off, or we're gonna keep playing.
Well,
for,
because
like,
we got off because he wasn't playing with us.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
So we
it
didn't want to
was
go too far
late
because he
too,
wasn't
I
playing with
think.
us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because we're like, I don't want to go. I was like, I don't want to actually complete any quests without River, and also
Mhm.
it's late and I have to go to work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So we stopped. But
Wow,
that's
yeah.
we just
Work.
played recently, like this, like
Nice
end of
little segue.
2023. Had
Yeah,
played.
Segue into the new segment.
Why didn't we go back?
I don't know.
Why didn't we go back?
I think we got into Destiny phase.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
we did.
We got
But
But
Destiny
speaking
mode.
of, you just said something about work. Speaking of
Yeah.
work,
Oh,
Yeah, I
two
wanna
new
hear this,
incidents have
man.
arrived.
You gotta say yours
Ethan.
first, Ethan. 'cause
Ethan, you have
Yeah.
to go first. Since
Ethan has
yours
to go
was-
first.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
So
parking
it was
lot.
I have-
first.
Yeah.
I have more. I have slightly more detail.
He's
which
parking lot one.
I'm not gonna give a lot of detail because obviously it's like I
Yeah,
don't
I
really
mean-
know much detail, but like I'll give a little bit more than what you guys probably heard last night when I was telling.
I
everybody
was
else.
trying not to listen.
Yeah.
because you said
I
you were gonna
had
talk
figured.
about it.
I
So
knew
yeah,
we
at
were gonna
work
talk
on
about it.
Friday, which was 2 days ago, from the date of this recording. I was at work and it was like towards the end of the day, so there was like barely any of us there. It was me and Sophie. Sophie was closing, and so it was just me and Sophie. And I think Andrew might have been like finishing chopping or something. Who's like on the last tour, or something, putting stuff away, whatever. But I think he might have been gone, so I think it literally was just Sophie and I. And we were like, it was like 3:30ish or something, and I was like getting ready to leave because I was like, just like waiting around, just waiting to leave essentially and waiting for customers and stuff because I was like, I'll probably leave a little bit early because it was Dora's birthday as well. So I was like, I'll leave a little bit early, but not too early. So I was going to stay for like another hour. And then I was going to bring an order outside, and a bunch of people, like 3 people showed up. So like, and I was like, getting orders ready, whatever, like just in like, let's go, like get this done mode.
Yeah.
And so I start to load up the first, order, bring it outside and stuff. And then as I'm bringing it back in, I hear these 2 people just like yelling about something about alcohol and like not having alcohol or whatever,
Of course,
Which
you had
was-
to do something about it.
which was
Like,
weird.
He went
And
and
I was like,
he went and fought for it too.
I was like, dude, what is going on? And then and then I'm looking over and I see 2 people yelling at each other really close to each other, like in each other's face and stuff. And I'm like, dude, no way. Because there's been many times, like probably I can think of immediately off the top of my head 2 times that I've had to like basically stop people from arguing and stuff, like yelling at each other from across the parking lot. I've never had to like, physically and like break a fight up until today. But I was like, okay, whatever. This is probably another one of those things. And so I'm just like, what is going on? And then I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I'm not going to get involved, like whatever. And then, so it's like this like 30-ish, like middle-aged dude, probably like 30 years old, whatever, maybe like upper 20s or something, like 28.
Mhm.
But, and then his dad, who's like probably 60 something would be my guess, like full head of white hair, like they're,
Like James.
like like
was James.
average build. None of them are like super skinny or fat or anything or whatever. Just like average build dudes, just like normal, like whatever. And
Normal
then
looking guy.
the old guy, the like 60-year-old dude, just starts like punching out the young guy. Just like starts like hitting him.
What?
Yeah, he hit him.
Where is he punching him?
He hit him like 3 times in the face, and then they like backed up, and they backed up a little bit, and I saw him getting punched like 3 times, and then he like went to go like grab his shirt, and like he couldn't like get his shirt or whatever, like because the guy like basically backed up, and then I was like, yo, what the hell, like stop, and then I started running over because I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like now I have to get involved. I was like, I'm not gonna have somebody get knocked out in the parking lot.
What do you
like
mean? Just sit
it's
there and
crazy.
watch.
And I'm also just seeing some dude.
He
Like,
starts recording.
yeah. I just
Start
see
taking
some
bets
dude.
from the
Like,
other customers.
yeah, I'm like, dude. Oh, I can farm some
He
impressions
goes in
on
with
Twitter.
selfies like, so who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, I could farm impressions on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll record this. I can sell it to
There you
Fight
go.
Haven.
Yeah.
I hate that Twitter account though. It's dog shit. But yeah, so then they just like he starts like punching him out, and I like run over. I'm like, what's going on? Like, dude, what the frig? So then I just start like yelling at him, like basically, like I don't really remember too much of like what I had actually said because I
Yeah.
had just so much adrenaline rushing through me because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to like break up a fight, like get in between these people. And so I'm like, I get in between them and I like push the dude, the older guy back because he's like still trying to like go at the guy, but there's a cart like in between them, and so the cart is kind of like blocking them from like still going at each other. So I like
You
I
should
go
have
and
just
I'm like,
ran
dude,
your
what are you?
cart
I'm
into
like,
the guy.
yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Just ran
Drive
your
into
cart.
Yeah.
On
Slammed
the
him.
car and just walk away.
And so I'm just like, dude, like what is going on? Like this is crazy. Like what are you doing? Like stop. Like what are you fighting in the parking lot for?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like whatever. And the dude's like, the young guys are still like yelling at him, like egging him on and stuff, whatever, just like calling him names and stuff and cursing him out or whatever. And then the old guy's like, that's my son. And I'm like, what are you hitting your son for then, dude?
What?
So this dude was just punching out his son his like middle-aged son, like in the parking lot. And I'm like, that's even more of a reason not to punch him. You
Right.
shouldn't punch anyone, but especially
Yeah.
not your son, and especially not in our parking lot.
Especially not your
And I was like,
20-something-year-old
yeah.
son
I'm
who's
like-
You also have
clearly an adult
cameras,
already.
so-
I'm like, I don't give a shit
Like-
what you do at home, just not in the parking lot. Get
Yeah.
out of here. Go
Yeah.
home. Like, what are you doing? And then they're like, oh, blah. And then one of Mom's work friends, who I won't name, but one of Mom's work friends came over, and apparently this work friend carries
my.
a firearm. So was not
Okay.
brandished, was not taken out, whatever.
Okay.
But I knew of this fact, so I was like, okay, if anything
Okay.
does go crazy and go down, whatever, at least we'll be safe. Like if this dude starts going
Yeah.
crazy, we'll be safe, whatever. But
Alright.
they also
Jeez.
went to the police academy for a little bit to be
Okay.
like a police officer. So they're not like opposed to like intervening and talking people away from an argument or a
Yeah.
fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because I hadn't seen them and I was like, whoa, hey, how you doing? But it was really funny. They just cut out.
What was that?
It just stopped. Weird.
Hopefully it worked.
So did they leave?
Yeah. So, sorry. The camera just cut out, so we're back. Yeah. So they.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they ended up like going to their van. Like they had like this like one of those like giant vans that could fit like 13 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like yelling at each other the whole time. They were like loading groceries and stuff or whatever. And I was like, what is going on? And then I turn around and then I'm like, that's insane. And I see like 12 people all like
staring
just
at what's
staring
going
at
on.
me. And it was like Anthony was there, Catherine was there, but like a bunch of people worked
Lord.
there. So
Yeah.
like they were all like
Yeah.
a bunch of management was all coming out like, what is going on?
I feel like
that's
that always
crazy.
happens.
Yeah.
Like whenever there's like today, when our
We'll get to
Well,
it.
we'll get to it.
Okay,
We'll get to it.
yeah,
Hold
we'll
on.
get
Same
to
thing
that.
happened though.
Save it
Yeah.
for a
but,
little
like,
bit later.
They just all
We're just standing
come
there.
and they just watch.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
do anything,
dude.
they just watch.
So it's like I think technically you're not really supposed to get involved or
you're
whatever, but
not-
it's like, dude,
yeah.
I'm a human being. I'm not gonna let another
it's-
person
it's
punch a
kinda dumb.
person.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
that's don't like,
Don't worry about company policy.
yeah, I don't
when it
care
comes to
about
that.
policy. I'm gonna
Mhm.
be a good person first.
They
But
were-
I'm like,
yeah.
whatever. So they leave and they end up
feel
going.
like-
I see there's like 12 people like all looking at me. I'm like, geez, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. I guess people don't want to get involved. Whatever.
Well, it's one of those. I feel like those rules are put in place so that
For
they're
safety.
For su-
protected, like lawsuit wise.
So
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
no one's actually gonna, unless they're getting sued. Those don't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
The only reason they would ever have like The only reason why you're not supposed to is because you don't know if the person who is being crazy
Yeah,
is
if you're
armed.
harmed, then
Yeah.
you could blame it on the company or something or
Yeah,
whatever.
and then
if
then
there's,
they
like,
have the policy in
expectation,
place
but
where
whatever.
well, you're not supposed to be.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
involved,
They're not
then.
they're not gonna like pressure if you get harmed
Yeah.
and you chose to go yourself and
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
the policy saying don't do it. They'll be like, oh, well, they chose to, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was, and then I go back inside and I'm like, whatever, that's weird. That was the weirdest thing ever. And then I get a little more context later, which this put everything into perspective. 'Cause
Okay.
at this point, this
Oh.
goes to show how important perspective is, like
Yeah.
in life and in everything, is what I see,
Listen
right?
to this, guys.
From what I had seen, I go in, I'm going back inside and I'm thinking about this whole situation. I go and I see two people yelling at each other, arguing about alcohol, whatever. The argument doesn't really matter that much.
Mhm.
But I go and see people arguing about something. It's, like they're arguing about the alcohol, whatever. The dude starts punching him out. I'm like, this is crazy. I go over and I find out it's his dad. I'm like, dude, this is nuts. Like, I can't, like, and then so I'm like pissed at this old dude. Like, that's insane. Like, I can't believe you do that. Like,
Yeah.
what in your right mind makes you think you should punch anybody, let alone your own kid, whatever? And then I get a little bit more context, and I'm starting to understand. Okay, I think I know why this guy's punching his son out. It's probably not an uncommon thing, but apparently the son and the dad were in the store trying to buy stuff, whatever, and the son was trying to buy alcohol. Now, he was either extremely drunk or hopped up on some drug or something or whatever
Okay.
inside the store. So
Okay.
Catherine denied his alcohol purchase. So this guy was
Oh.
denied alcohol. So he wasn't able to get his alcohol, his booze, or whatever that he wanted for
Right.
the thing. And mind you, it's a Friday. It's like he
Right.
probably wants his booze for the weekend, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter. But he was denied his alcohol. And then he apparently did like one of those like fake punch things, like leaning to like punch
Showmaker?
towards Catherine.
Bro.
Who was like
Oh!
who was like a couple years older than me.
Dude.
So like mid 20-year-old, woman.
What the heck?
And like the guy goes and like fake tries to punch her or whatever, and I guess the dad like shoved him and he's like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
like, get
yeah.
out of here. And then starts going and ripping into him for that. And then this dude, like, then I think he just got to a point where he just reached his limit and then
Yeah.
I guess punched him or whatever, which is crazy still. But
Yeah.
I kind of can understand a little bit more as
Bit
to
of
why
a
this
bum
happened.
son right there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. a
But
bum.
the funniest
Based
thing
father.
from this whole interaction,
Based
the one
father
the
moment.
based father.
Based
Yeah,
father
that's true.
moment.
The
guys.
one thing that I thought was the funniest thing from this entire interaction was as they were loading up, like, or before they started like punching each other out, whatever, like all this stuff, or no, as they were walking away. So after they had
Okay.
exchanged blows, they were walking towards their car, still yelling at each other. I'm like, oh my god, like what is going on? And then I'm like, whatever, they're leaving. I don't care. I'm stepping out. I'm tapping out. Like
Yep.
out of my hands now. I stopped them from physically assaulting each other, and then it looks like they're not going to, so I'm good. And I hear the dude, the son, he's like, he, as an insult, says to his dad, "You're like a 90-year-old boomer."
What?
Which I guess is an insult.
That's not
He's
even
like,
close.
"Here, let me just." He's like, "Here, let me tell you what generation that you are a part of."
So you're
As an
saying
insult.
you're like a boomer, but old as well.
Oh no, oh, dude.
Which like
You're behaving like
That's
a
horrible.
boomer.
That's
You're
horrible.
behaving
you're
elderly.
also
Why are you
old.
doing such
yeah,
a thing?
I don't know. I have no idea. And it was because he was saying you're not having alcohol, and he's like, you're just like a effing 90-year-old boomer. Like, what?
Okay.
All right, man. All right, man. I don't
That's
know how
not
to
even an
respond
insult,
to
dude.
that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
like,
thinking. I'm like, that's not even
His
an
dad
insult.
was
like,
probably just like, get in the car.
yeah, it's for real.
Like, you need to just stop.
Like, dude. And then later, I don't know if it's related at all, and I probably isn't, but it's also kind of just weird. I saw like 3 police cruisers like 20 minutes later, like rushing towards the center of Gray.
Oh,
Which
hopefully
is
not
strange.
the same thing.
Probably
I was like-
unrelated.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah,
So
probably
we'll see.
unrelated. I hope it's unrelated. I hope I don't like find
be.
out one of them killed each
Yeah,
other
there
and
could be
then
a big
having
story.
sat there like I could have stopped that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kinda
that's how I
dark, but,
felt
like,
today.
That's the first thing I thought of when I went back in the store. I was like, dude, whoa, that's
Dang.
crazy. But what happened today?
Yeah.
So today,
Oh Lord.
so I was also coming inside.
yeah,
This
yeah.
happened right before like 20 minutes before I got to
Yeah.
work.
Oh, so you missed it.
Yeah, so
He got-
because I saw it was like 10 a.m., 10:30. Like when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put it
10:30.
on the topics.
I
Yeah,
got there
it was,
about
like,
10:50.
Right
Yeah.
after it happened.
Wow. Okay.
So I was coming inside and I like just dropped off an order and I come inside and like I start talking with Jess and Keegan.
Yeah.
And I'm looking out the door.
So
while
yeah,
they're
as a
talking.
bit of like a description for like people who don't know, is like we go out to the parking spots that are like directly out from the front doors of this building, and our office is, if you go in the front doors like you're going in to shop in this building, you immediately turn left, and we have an office. It doesn't have a door on it, so we have like a perfect view outside to the parking part of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Dude, it's still gotta
So
get cold.
you're just inside to the left
Yeah.
of the front door.
Does it not get cold in there?
It does. It gets extremely
does
cold,
get
and they
cold.
crank
Oh,
the
it
heat
gets-
up all the
it's-
way to the max, and it makes you sweat from standing inside.
It's
Oh,
so
okay.
hot.
You feel like you want
Oh,
to
so
throw
it's
up.
hot.
It's so hot.
Like, I sweat when I'm
Yes.
just standing in the room.
Or
Okay.
it's freezing. There's no in
Yeah.
between.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's
nice.
either freezing. Actually,
But-
I don't know. I'm pretty good with heat, so
Yeah,
I
you're
hate
mostly
the
in
heat.
out
doesn't make-
shopping though too.
yeah.
Like when you're stuck in that room,
I'm
it sucks.
Yeah, no, it's not
Yeah,
great.
it's-
Ugh, I
It's
almost
bad.
threw up the other day because of how hot it was. It was insane. I took my jacket off and everything. I was like in my
Yikes.
t-shirt, which I never do.
It's actually been really
That's
nice
what
past
I'm
couple
wearing,
days.
and I'm
Yeah.
sweating.
So you're in the office, right? So,
I'm
right
inside
there. Yep.
the room, and I'm looking out while they're just like talking.
Yep.
And I see a car just like go up. I'm like, what is going on there? And I thought they hit the curb, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I just see it like go up in the air, and I was like, what just happened? And then it just starts rolling, and I see like 3 other cars just smashed up as they just rammed into these cars.
Huh?
And then I see someone that we work with hop out, and just like she's panicking, and she's like walking in, and then I
You've got what? I
Wait, no,
will
we gotta-
bleep this.
We're cutting the
I'll
audio
bleep
for
this.
sure.
Who is it?
There's
from bakery.
What?
Yeah.
Driving the car that hit the
Yes.
3 cars?
And
They were all employees' cars too.
yeah.
No
so,
shot.
Yep.
Wait, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
keep going.
So, and like as I was walking in from taking the order out, I literally saw her, and I was like, I nodded to her. But
So you nodded to
yeah,
her.
so I nodded to her, like I didn't know where she was going, but I
Yeah.
just like nodded to her, and then I see all of this happen, and when she gets out of the car, she's like panicking,
Yeah.
and then like everyone started rushing out because like saw what was going on,
Yeah.
and then I guess like the police were called, all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They started coming in. Everyone like she was rushed to like she was rushed to one of the rooms.
Yeah.
And then like so like we didn't know what was happening with her, if she was like okay or not,
Yeah.
because she just hit a bunch of cars.
Camera just turned off again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine.
And so we just didn't know what was going on. And then like everyone like went out. It was like a couple of the managers like went out and like was like looking around and noticed whose cars they were.
Yeah.
It was
You can
Yeah,
bleep.
we
I'll
can just
bleep
the
it. Yeah.
names.
So
No shot. Okay.
his father's car that he brought in.
Oh. Oh, that one's
His
gotta
car
suck.
was the worst. His was literally up on a snowbank. It was bad.
No.
And then who was the last person?
Dude, he's gonna be even
I
more
don't
grumpy than he
think-
already is.
I know he's always
He's so
very
grumpy.
grumpy all
Yeah.
the time.
I think it was also someone from Delhi that also got
Mm.
their car hit.
Was
all I
it?
know is all three.
you know
Was it a
why?
blue SUV that got hit?
I can't remember. No, it was white. It was a white car.
It wasn't was it?
Yes, it actually was.
No
Oh,
shot.
no.
Do you know why it happened?
So, from what I
Or the
heard,
story? Yeah.
Yeah.
there was a customer pulling out in a truck
Uh.
and she must have not seen it.
Yeah.
And so she went to like slam on the brakes, instead slammed on the gas,
Oh, the classic.
and then like hit
Oh,
every
no.
car.
Did you see the customer too?
I think I'm
I don't think so. I never heard
I'm
anything
not
about
sure.
a customer being
I
hit.
heard that the customer was yelling at her, but then like was really nice later. So I don't know if he was.
I
actually,
mean,
like,
He probably feels pretty bad.
yeah.
Like yelling at her because
Dude, that's
he's commented that
crazy.
she.
And then she just
rams into
sideswipes
3
three
cards.
employees' cars that she works with.
Dude, that's
it was-
wild.
It was bad.
Yeah, that sucks.
Wow. That's insane. Oh, dude. So how did that like affect the rest of the day? Like
I think the rest of the day went pretty normal. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
how
Super Bowl-
long was it
Super
before
Bowl
like
Sunday. So it's
yeah,
all,
so it's
it's
super
really
packed.
busy.
We ended up being behind for like the next couple of hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
We
sure.
Just like
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff. I wasn't really thinking about it because I was
Dude.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You're just doing
Dude,
it.
when
I
I'm
mean,
at
it's like your
work,
card
I'm
and it's like,
fully in work mode.
yeah,
Nothing else matters to me except for getting out of here as soon as possible.
working for the weekend, man.
Yeah.
Working on the weekend.
He
Usual.
wasn't awake. He like every single time he walked into the room.
I
he-
got
I'm
8
pretty
hours
sure
of
he
sleep
was
too. And I woke
I
up
didn't
at
know,
6:30.
dude.
Huh?
He said you're sleepwalking while you're working.
Pretty much.
He's like, you're just
Pretty much,
unconscious
honestly.
like a Dark Souls zombie.
I
just
pretty
like-
much just turn my brain off and just do work because that way I
Yep.
can keep myself from punching somebody in the face.
dude. I'm just like
Preferably
constantly just
cut
like,
that out.
Okay. he's,
Cut that
he's
out.
doing it on purpose.
That's the one
at
I
this
won't
point.
believe.
No,
He's
no,
doing
no,
it
no,
on
no.
purpose.
Yeah, true. But there's dude, I'm just constantly thinking of stuff like the whole time I'm in there. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
like either like I'm thinking about like stuff for the podcast or stuff for like a video or like video ideas and stuff for
Yep.
like because I want to start making a little bit more content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also am like thinking about D&D stuff as well, like planning my next
Dude,
session
I
or
haven't-
whatever. Or like planning like what I'm gonna do, like if we're playing your game.
Yeah,
I'll,
I
like, think
haven't
about, what am I gonna do?
thought about D&D stuff in a while.
Yeah, I
haven't-
haven't really like, sat down and like thought and like dug into it like I
Yeah.
normally
The only
do.
time I really ever think about
But-
D&D is when we are playing
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've got so much other stuff going on
yeah,
and I just like it's not that I don't have time for it. It's just I don't think about it because
Yeah,
I'm thinking
right.
about other things.
Yeah.
yeah. Usually it's like Friday night, Saturday morning. I'm thinking about it because I mean a lot of times I'm planning stuff too. So
Mm.
Yeah.
so usually and when I'm not planning, it's like if I already have enough stuff planned for like the next session or whatever, it's like sometimes I'll like
Yeah.
I'll take a day to just like think about like stuff in character or whatever. Like a lot of times when we were playing my dad's game, it was a little bit. I did this a lot more because I
Mhm.
was like I understood Orwis way more like deeply than I did with with Valus
Yeah.
or even like
I
Coral.
mean, you've been playing Bayless for a lot
Yeah,
shorter too.
right, exactly. And I think also it's just like I had a better idea going into the game with Orwis, like of like what I wanted out of like the arc of his story.
Yeah.
And like I put a lot more effort into like creating him than I did with Valus. Is like Valus was just like, oh, there's this really dope backstory or this really dope subclass I want to play in this book.
Mhm.
Right.
And like it's kind of cool, whatever. And then a little bit of it got changed, and honestly for the better. I like his new lore better when you were invited to play.
Yeah.
I like his new backstory,
Brothers
his new
for
lore better.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
He's not our brother.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that.
They don't know yet. It hasn't been revealed.
He could
I just
probably
revealed
not be, but
But yeah, it's like I put a lot more thought into like Oros' story and stuff, and like most of it was because like I wanted Oros to be a character that was less like defined by their past and more about like their future.
Shaping
Like
their future.
I mean, like yeah, they're like
Yeah.
my yearbook quote was like it's not your mistakes that define you, but the steps that you take to improve from them.
Mhm.
And it's like that's like that's what I live. That's the motto I live by. And it's like
Yeah,
I wanted
good
to
motto.
create this character who had fucked up in massive ways in the past, and
Yeah.
like not let those things define who he is.
Mhm.
And like all of it is about the future. And I mean like that's
That's life, man.
also divination wizard.
dude,
feeds
I
a little bit
so
into, like, the stories, like,
badly want to do
futures.
a time skip when we go back to that campaign.
I think we are going to.
But we're like, I don't know how we're gonna do it because what we were going to
Is that
do
what
was
James
so
wants?
important.
I think he would probably just like
Does
he has shown interest in
I
it.
think what would be cool
That
is
would
if
be
we go
cool.
back, be like, go through like the getting the gauntlet that we're going to get, and then skip,
Yeah.
or skip when we come back. It's like, oh, it's like been 5 years or whatever, or
I
however
don't think
long
it'd
the
be
time
that
skip.
long. I think it would be a
Yeah, like
year.
however long the time skip is, right?
Yeah, which
This
is cool
is
because then we
like-
could just like have things happen to our house.
Yeah.
Right.
We just like
Yeah.
have our house completed,
And then go back,
and we don't have to worry
for-
about like paying money for it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like boom, done. Yeah.
Like if we do time skip right off bat, I think we should eventually go back and go through the.
The only problem
Getting
I
the
see
gauntlet.
with
Yeah.
the
'Cause
time
that's
skip
been
is
a
that
big-
we're fairly time sensitive with pretty much everything that we're doing.
Yeah. I feel
That
like a
campaign
time skip
feels
Like
is
I
very
say time
important.
sensitive.
Time sensitive,
We
yeah.
were taking
Unless
like
he
long
wants to go for,
journeys,
like,
but
an
those long
apocalypse
journeys are necessary, and
thing.
we're taking them as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was very one thing after the other.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Which
how
is-
it's been. I've enjoyed it, and we don't have.
opposite
It's been
in my
awesome.
game. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, you
It's
guys gotta
pretty,
work.
it's pretty
at your
much just been
store for a
downtime for the
week.
past like 4 or 5 sessions.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry, stuff's coming.
It's been fun. It's been interesting.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's a lot of. I think it's allowed us to explore like how we play as
Yeah.
characters instead of
It's definitely going to
combat
help
every
us
other-
become a little bit more cohesive as a group because
Oh,
our
yeah.
party has a huge power struggle.
very much.
Huge
Last
power
night,
struggle.
oh my lord.
Like everybody wants to be everybody like wants to be the guy doing the stuff.
Exactly. I don't mind so much not being that guy.
I think we just have so much overlap in stuff that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think it's like it's very hard to be like, it's like
I very much enjoy
you-
being like the brain to your or the brawn to your
yeah,
brain.
you're there to do like my intimidation, but then
Mhm.
also Darwin likes to do that. Also Birch likes to do that. Also Osiris likes to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's like that's just one of like 5 or 6 things where everybody wants to all
Mhm.
do it. You know what I mean? Where it's like everybody wants to be in charge of like
I don't so much mind that because I mean it helps. To me, I always try to think about it positively.
yeah.
How can this help me instead of how does this take away from how I am as a character?
Yeah, right, for sure. But because there's a lot of times when situations where those things do arise where
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
I was like, I want to do anything. I want to do a thing. I want to do a thing.
Mhm.
A lot of times, especially recently, I've just been like, okay, I'm just going to step back and let him do it. And I've been
That's-
doing barely
that's what I do.
anything.
Dude, you were like dead last
Yeah.
like yesterday.
Very much.
Oh,
You
yeah.
must have so-
I mean, he was
you were
you were
barely
clearly
doing
already
I was
exhausted.
tired. Yeah, part of it was because I was tired. Part of it was because I have no idea what the hell to do as that character.
Yeah.
I'm very lost with him.
Mhm.
I'm
I
like
think
I've hit a
the thing
wall.
is, I think you made him specifically for
finding this treasure.
finding this treasure.
Yeah, when I don't have a goal,
And you guys don't really have any
I don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
leads in the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
Which
it's like I don't know how to role play him.
I think I made
Because
Saeed
because
basically
he's
to role play.
workaholic. It's like how do I role play a workaholic? He's just in
That's
his,
so
in
funny
his
that
office
we
doing
have
nothing.
characters who
Yeah.
are so
Like, he's
Which is
different.
basically what Kildeth is.
Yeah, which is boring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Is that boring for
so
you
I have
as well?
to figure out a way to
Like
do
how
it.
have
There's
you?
times where I'm just like, I literally only have to do downtime.
Yeah,
I can't
right.
do anything in my downtime because I have to be doing something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I can't join
That's
you
so
guys
funny because
to
for
go do
Lothar, I
something
genuinely
cool,
do
'cause I need
nothing
to go
with him.
work on something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes it gets
Like
a little
Lothar, he
bit
just sits around and
annoying,
does
but-
nothing. It's like,
yeah,
that's what he does. His downtime is
yeah.
just
Relax.
keeps
I mean, it's like the
Yeah.
it's
relax. He doesn't relax a lot, so he does it when he can.
right. That's also one of the perks of playing like a martial class
Yeah.
compared to like an artificer wizard, where like a lot of your features have to do with downtime.
Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
mean,
Yep.
there's literally like your
Yeah.
artificer features only done during downtime.
Yeah.
So it's like having features like baked into downtime and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, also like never be afraid to ask and be like, hey, is it cool if we have a downtime? Like
Yeah.
if you guys ask me for downtime,
I
9
wanted
times out of
downtime.
10, I'll be like, yes.
I
I
think
wanted
mo-
downtime.
let's
and we
do
got
that.
months of
It's-
it.
For me, I very
So.
much enjoy combat as Lothar.
yeah,
So downtime for me is kind of boring, unless I'm able to some way, in some capacity, strengthen.
yeah,
myself.
right. Like that's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly how I am with Valus, except if I'm not solving a mystery or finding clues,
Mm.
I'm not doing anything.
and it's also the
like
fact
I don't
that,
really get like Valus
yeah,
doesn't really care that much about the tavern. He's like, it'll work out
yeah.
because nothing's ever failed for him before. So
Mm.
you know what I mean? It's like
Writing that
Oh
down.
my.
he's just like, it'll probably
I'm
work
writing
out.
that down.
I think
It's
like,
like-
You
is
just
there
made
anything
it so
like
we can't
putting
get
you
the
off
treasure.
from going
That's what
exploring?
you just did.
Obviously, the fact that we were told not to by very bad people.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a turn off from let's go investigate.
No, Valus wants to investigate more. 'cause of
Okay,
that.
okay, that's cool.
Like he's the kind of guy. He's like, have you seen the movie Whiplash?
I haven't. I wanted to watch.
It's about
it,
like the
though.
drummer who like
Yeah.
he trains really really hard to like be the best drummer
Yep.
ever, and he ends up doing it in the end. But at the sake, he literally like goes because he was not going to drum in like the concert. The climax of the movie is he wasn't going to be the drummer because he forgot his sheet music,
Mhm.
and so he drove home to go get his sheet music. Got his sheet music, drove back. Or I don't think this was in the very last. This was like the second to last like thing they played or whatever. So basically, it's like they're in this college, this like jazz music college, and whoever like is able to perform and performs well in one of these concerts or like this like test essentially is in the concert at the very end of the movie. And to like as he was being tested, he was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna be in the concert because you don't have your stuff, whatever. He's like, I'll get it, I'll be back before you play. And so he drives over to his apartment to grab his sheet music, gets his sheet music, and drives back to the college or whatever, crashes his car and runs like 2 blocks, and like is cut up and broken, like cut up and like has like his he's got like rips in his clothes and blood on his clothes and whatever and all this stuff, and he's like, I'm here, like I'm ready to play, like I'm gonna play. And the conductor who's running it is played by J.K. Simmons, is like, no, you're not. He's like, what are you doing? And then in the very end, he like ends up proving himself, whatever, and all this stuff. And he becomes the drummer. And he's like, yeah, he won. In an interview done by the director of the movie, they basically said that this guy, they were like, what's next for this character? Like, whatever. Like, we want to know what happens after the end of the movie, because that's the question everybody asks. And I don't know why it's stupid. Make it up yourself. But they're like, what happens after? And the director's like, he probably dies young, because he is like a rock star where they work so hard. Like, they work themselves to death, quite literally, in some ways. Yeah. Like, he'll probably, like, have trouble with addiction, with drugs and stuff, and he'll probably die at a young age because he's trying so hard to be this, like, rock star drummer for this jazz band. That's the one he's focusing so hard on doing that. And I think that this is also very similar to Velas. I think Velas is, like, he will work himself to death. Yeah. Like, I think...
well, that's if he can live long enough to work himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's partially it. I mean, that helps out. Like, ultimately, I think, like, out of any character I've ever played, probably, it almost in a weird way would be unsatisfying if Velas didn't die. Because I think that makes more sense.
Then I become Batman.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah. But it's like, I don't want that to happen, because he's fun to play, and I like playing your brother.
It's because death is such a powerful storytelling thing.
Dude, it definitely is. But I think it's like this dude who's like working so hard.
That would be funny.
He's like working super hard to it's really trying to like discover this treasure, whatever, and then like working so hard and not paying attention and not like taking care of himself, because he wants to like
and that's
find
kind of
success for
what
him and all
I'm
of
there
his people.
for. I think I'm there to
and it's like,
rein you in when you need to be reined in.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think also a lot of times, probably in their past, there have been moments where Velas is like, yo, we need to, like, I need to do this, and it's like,
and I'm just like, no, you're not doing that. Like, you're gonna get yourself killed.
I'm excited for Velas
that's cool.
to realize that the party isn't just tools that he can use to find the treasure, and that they're actually his friends.
It helps because I'm his brother.
For the first time in his life, he can look around at a room of people and say, I'm surrounded by friends right now. And that character arc is going to be cool.
Yes, I'm very excited. Because that's the goal.
I'm very satisfied with how I play Saeed.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I get a villain arc?
Okay.
We'll see.
No, maybe.
If you play a good guy good enough, that would be cool.
He's doing well so far. He's doing well.
Things that if happen, I will become villain.
Dude, that's like the coolest thing about D&D for me, is seeing like the arcs that people come up with their characters.
Yeah, it's very
and, like,
interesting.
The environment that's created by
these characters,
other players and how to navigate
like, if you allow them to be, they can be just as interesting and complex as yourself.
Yeah,
as
for sure.
A human being.
I think Orwis has almost gotten to a point. We're what, level 10 in that campaign? Yeah,
9. Because we just leveled up in your campaign.
So I think like, ninth level character, played him for a long time, is like eerily close to being like almost like a real person.
Yeah.
That it is like, I do think about this character I've created like it's a real person, and it's really weird. It's very, very strange.
I remember reading his backstory recently. So I was looking at it, I was like, holy crap. I literally played this character exactly how I wrote him, exactly how I wanted to play him.
Yeah.
Yep. Boring.
This guy, I'm not even gonna argue with him because he's just
he's
just right. Yeah.
You can't argue with the truth.
Yeah, no, I think it's very fun. I mean,
opposites,
dude, I love writing characters. It's really cool, and I'm glad we found a medium that like makes it a fun thing we can do with people.
Oh, 100%.
And then also like you scratch that itch of acting with also writing, with also like storytelling and all this stuff. It's really cool. It's such a fun game. And then also like you just get to do cool like magic stuff and swing big ass swords around and stuff. It's cool. I like it.
You can like fulfill your dreams without having to go buy a sword and travel in time back to 1,000 years ago when you could actually do that stuff.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
We do have the swords.
True. But they're made of wood.
We got some real ones.
It's sharp.
Pretty sharp.
Super sharp. Yeah, dude. It's a fun game for sure. I mean, yeah.
It's about at that hour mark. Do we want to...
We can, we'll crack them because I want to bring up another. I was looking for a segue, so we can.
Okay.
That'd be perfect. Let's crack the.
Time to crack open.
Crack this drink open.
And, I think I'm going to take it out.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to.
He's gonna take it out.
You guys close your eyes so I can show everyone.
I already know what it looks like because I bought it.
Because this is supposed to be blind taste testing that we're doing.
I think we're doing it blind,
Blind taste testing,
or as much as we can.
Well, you're not gonna see what the drink is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
you're gonna see what
label?
it looks like in the cup because
Yeah. Right. And we'll have to just go based off of
we gotta do the smell
the
test
color,
too.
the smell, and the taste. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it is.
Dude,
Good.
that's cool.
I know what it is.
Yeah,
I
because you
purchased
bought
Ready
it.
to poison.
Because we're all gonna know at least a couple of them, and I think Trey's gonna know what all of them
Yeah,
are.
I'm gonna know
Yeah.
all of them.
So-
'cause I'll
I
be the one
just,
that-
I literally
does
was
this.
talking to Trey earlier before we started. I was like, do you just want to be the drink guy? So he knows
feel
the
like-
drinks?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
he was the
if
one that
he's
brought up.
I
behind
am
it,
the
you know.
bartender.
If
right
he's
now,
behind
the
so I
camera,
am
yeah.
behind the bar.
He is behind the bar. You're right.
He is the
Be
bartender.
cool. Yeah. It'd be cool to have you just do all that, because then it's
Yeah.
like we have one person that knows what all of them are before we have them, and then we
Mhm.
all hopefully have. I want it to be a round number to where we all
Have
you
had
know,
one.
have
Yeah.
have at least had
So
one where
it's-
we know what it
It's
is.
one or you
so,
guys. It's one of you guys next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys can decide that however you want.
We'll see.
I have like got a couple ideas, but man, I want to dig deep. I want to dig real deep. for
Yeah.
mine. Like
Yeah.
I want to search for mine.
I wanted to find something that was super interesting,
Yeah.
but I was like, you know what? This is something that is new.
You don't always have to do something that's like weird. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I want to.
Something
think
that
it'd
I
be
don't
fun.
think that we've had.
Yeah.
Because I've seen other things. I'm like, there's a good chance that people would. Oh yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted it to be exciting enough.
So you guys come up, get your drinks.
Grabbing them, bro.
All right. Oh, it's orange.
Oh,
that's right. Didn't the
last drink wasn't it orange?
No,
No,
it's
it was
like
green.
No, yeah.
green water. It looked
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
tea.
And so, how are we rating this? What is the rating?
S is you get it every time you go out of your way to get it. A is
Yeah.
you get it every time you see it. B is if there's like no other options. It's like Pepsi over Coke.
It's one of your
whatever.
options.
Or it's
Yep.
one
B
of your
is one of
options,
your
yeah.
options.
C is one of your. It's like Pepsi over Coke, right? Kind of thing. Where it's
Yeah.
like you like
Yeah.
Coke, but you'll have Pepsi if it's there. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And
And,
then
then F is you're
F.
never gonna get it.
Yeah. And last time, our first
There was a
drink was
solid
Yeah.
F.
Was an
Yeah.
F. Solid,
Yeah.
easy F.
Yep.
Let's see if we follow up with
Okay.
another. F.
Yep.
This one's kind of light too.
Mm.
It's light, but it's not bad. Much better than before.
I thought it was gonna be more like more syrupy, like thicker. But it's
Yeah.
light, which I like. I like this better than what I was expecting from.
I
this
mean, I
color.
know what it is, but I didn't know how it tasted because I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
tasted this
You
before
guys
either.
should get something that you guys haven't had.
Yeah. So we
Mhm.
all have a new experience
Yeah.
of it. I'll let you guys figure it out, but
What are
I
you
already
thinking?
think I already have mine.
Because we're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
So.
Do we have a D?
B, C,
No.
D, F?
A B C
Right?
A B C D
we
F.
did
yeah.
5, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So we didn't
No,
say
no.
D.
S A B C F.
Yeah. Okay. You can. I would probably have to put this C.
This is 5. S A B.
I would
C,
put it
F.
C.
Okay, so no D. There's an S.
No D.
Okay.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here a little bit.
I
too.
don't know.
I think I kind of know.
I know.
It's not as bad as the last one.
No,
I don't think
it's not.
Anything will be that bad. I mean,
No, it'll be very hard
there
to
might
to
be
do
some bad
worse than
stuff.
that.
Mm.
I've already
I
said.
got it.
I would say C.
I got it. So you have yours?
Yeah.
Okay, I have mine. Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll count us down. So we'll do 3, 2, 1, and then you say your rating. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
C.
That's
Okay,
across the board a C.
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Wow.
lie. I was debating between B or C, and I said what came to mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
The unanimous C.
I was between B and C. I had another sip. I was like, it's C, and I put down the burger.
Yeah.
It's so hard to put like meh into a rating, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
this
was just like,
is so what is it?
Like it's not bad. It's Snapple
Oh,
Element Sun. Yeah.
wow, that's really colorful. So I've
Yeah.
had all of these except for Sun. I have not had Sun yet.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I
'Cause
have not
just
had this one yet.
Grabbed that on a whim.
Yeah, they're really good. I like a lot of these. This one is, I think, the worst of all of them though that I've had for sure.
Oh.
I think it's still C. I think like if I was approached by
Like
this,
I'll drink it.
If I had, for sure.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if
like-
I
If I
had
have
an
to,
option of this
but
or like
Yeah,
a
drink it
Nantucket
if I have
Nectar's
to.
orange mango thing or whatever, I'm getting the Nantucket Nectar's 9 times out of 10.
If I had to get this,
It's like
if this and the other one were on the table, I'd get this.
Yeah, for
but-
sure.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Every time I'd get this.
yeah,
Every single time
over
I would
that,
take
yeah.
this.
Nobody
Yeah.
would
But,
ever pick the other option.
My favorite from this line though is the rain. Rain is
Yeah.
my favorite.
I
It's
thought
very
about going
good.
with it because like I like the blue.
It's
I
very
also
good.
wanted to try the red just because favorite color is red. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with sun.
Yeah.
Anyone have any left?
I do.
'Cause
You
it's
gotta
time
finish
to-
it.
Time to down it.
You got to finish it. That's the rules we set last
Finish
time.
it before the pod.
Finish
I
it
think you
before the
just have to-
segment's over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if
you
it's
just
really
have to
bad, you
down
have
it.
to force yourself to drink it.
Okay, yeah. Before the segment's on, I like that better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find something god awful for,
And make
for
us all
PAX.
Cameras off,
drink
Trey.
it.
No, for PAX.
I know.
I'm gonna find something
Yeah.
that is bad for PAX because Farron and he
Oh.
didn't know
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
he's not
Oh
gonna know
yeah,
about it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's-
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
we're fair on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Dude,
I'm gonna ask him,
You've
but I'm
met-
pretty
wait,
sure he'll
okay.
say yes.
Everyone but Trey's met him, right?
He's
I've
met him.
him.
You've
Yeah.
met Farron?
Like not in real
'Cause he
life,
played
but
VR
I've
Well,
met
none
him.
of us
Yeah,
have
we
met
None
him.
of us have
on
met him,
VR
Mario.
chat.
I've
Oh.
met him.
Oh.
Because he played VR
Yeah.
chat with the
Yeah.
group. And
Like
Farron's
the
like
once
always
in a
there.
blue moon.
Yeah.
Which is fair, I
Yeah.
guess, but
I could play more often. I just forget to.
I could
hasn't been
also
playing recently
He's
with
just too busy
with
having
our group.
colleges.
Yeah.
He's been playing with
like the games, right? Hasn't he been doing? I mean,
Yeah,
you said he's
he-
been doing like more game worlds.
I've been very busy.
Or-
No,
the
he's been
colleges.
playing
Yeah.
with his girlfriend. Question mark.
Oh.
And she does not
Me
like
too.
the power drinkers, so
Oh.
he hasn't been around.
I
He
can't
doesn't. She
wonder
doesn't
why.
like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, she does not like the power drinkers
not?
because drama. Dude, it was
Oh.
so annoying.
Yeah,
So I
that's
played
fair.
on Friday.
Drama.
There's a lot of drama
Dude, it was
surrounding
so
that
funny. I
group.
played on Friday,
It's a
and
big
there's
group.
like drama in personal or like adjacent to me, not me, because I don't
Yeah.
engage myself in
Because
drama.
you just walk
which I
away.
will not talk about because it's annoying. And then I
Oh,
go
yeah.
and play VR chat, and like an hour into playing whatever, we're having a good time,
Can't
we're playing
escape
card
it.
games. Other people, they start talking about drama, like
Other
virtual drama.
drama,
Like
yeah.
Rex starts talking about virtual drama stuff that's going on, and I'm like, God. And I literally remember, because again, it's VR, and you just have no fear of social repercussions or anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so I literally
I have no idea what you're talking
screamed
about.
like as loud as I could. Like, God, I'm so, like, dude, I'm so done with drama. Shut the fuck up. And then walked over towards a mirror and started dancing to. And I had Snakes playing from the Arcane soundtrack in my ear, and I was just dancing like really hard. And Alex came over. He's like, "Dude, I need to get away from that too. It's annoying." And I'm like, "Dude, I literally am playing this game to get away from drama IRL, and I'm joining to
Yeah.
VR like drama.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude. It's so
Yeah.
dumb."
That's
but I'm like,
because
oh, it's so funny.
yeah.
But then I had a great night. It didn't ruin my night. I was just like, dude, why?
What was this,
I
Friday
can't
night?
even get away. Yeah, Friday night. And then the funniest thing, which was crazy, because have you guys ever heard stories about like people in Japan like going out for like drinks and stuff to bars or whatever, and they're like walking through the streets of Tokyo or whatever, and they're like going to all these little like dive bar spots, because a lot of them are really small. They have like maybe
Yeah.
8 spots, 8 seats
Yeah.
total, because usually people find like locals at least find like a bar,
Find their
and
spot.
that's the place they will go to every time that they go to drink, like every weekend, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that's the place they go, and there's like 9 people there. Have you guys heard stories of people like doing that, and then eventually they like find themselves in like a like sumo wrestling ring, just like in like the middle of nowhere, and they're like, how did I get here? That's crazy. Or like an underground tattoo parlor, because tattoos are like kind of illegal in Japan.
Oh, so they'll go through a door.
They'll like go through a
that.
door looking for somewhere, and they're
they'll
like, how did I
yeah.
get here? That's
Oh, okay.
insane. That happened to me on VR chat, but instead of like finding myself like in
In a physical
like
location
in
or
like
whatever.
a tattoo parlor or whatever, I found myself at an Australian lap dancing event.
What the frick?
That's
So
actually pretty sick.
It's a
I
bunch
would
of
have joined.
Australians.
They're like, oh yeah, put it on me, man.
Yeah, there's this group on VR chat called Only
Lay
Cans.
it down, bro.
Only cans, like cans of beer. And
Oh, of course.
we had to. So my friend Slane, who's the
Yeah.
like the leader of Power Drinkers, the guy who like made the group, was like, oh yeah, dude, there's this group that's like running an event tonight. We should go. It's like a drinking event or whatever. He's like, I don't know a ton about it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I think he knew a little bit more about it than he let on,
Yeah.
because it was really funny. Because when we got in there, it was a great time. It was so much
Yeah.
fun. But he's like, yeah, he's like, you gotta add this. It's only cans. It's like it's kind of like they're like it's sort of like this other world, which is a similar kind of world. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it also is like virtual like VR strip club slash like bar or whatever or club. And we usually go there, and there's like a dance floor, and we go to because it's got like lights and stuff that shine, and so we go to the dance floor, and then like literally the room we just came from has like a stripper pole and stuff, but nobody's ever in that room.
Right.
So like I'm just like, oh, whatever. It's probably
room.
another one of those sort of situations where like nobody's gonna be in there, whatever. Or like maybe like a guy with a SpongeBob avatar in the stripper pole, like because that's VR chat. And so you know, I'm like, whatever. That's cool. So we add this guy who's only cans events, which is a profile made that just automatically accepts friend requests, and like so it's a guy that's doing it,
Right.
and he's just spamming accepting friend request and spamming accepting invite requests whenever they have this event, so that there's somewhat of like.
Oh, so it's like a person you go to whenever they're online. They're doing an event.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we have so I now have him friended. So anytime there's an event, I'll see if there's an event.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then also when they join,
Trey should do that.
There's like 3 people that are standing there that are security. And basically, the only rules for the thing was you had to have a good or excellent ranked avatar. Which, if you guys don't know, it's like you get a ranking of your avatar based off of how like well it like how much performance. Like if it is a high performance avatar, it's rated excellent or good. And if it's really poor, like most avatars are very poor because they have a bunch of cool flashy effects or whatever. And there's a bunch of like the hair moves and stuff, and it like just takes up a bunch of space in people's computers. So the only rule is you had to have a good ranked avatar if you were attending the event as just a visitor. And so there's like security at the gate basically, that's like making sure that you have a little green circle next to your avatar, and they're like, all right, you're good, go in. And if you don't, they're like, hey, could you put on a green avatar? And like the guy, as you join, they'll click on you. Yeah, they'll click on you. Like right as you come in, you'll see him go like he'll like point at you.
Yeah.
And then he like hovers over the little thing, and he's like, all right, perfect, you're good. You're all set to go and whatever. So when you join in, they're on top of it. There's like 3 people there like waiting to like select your character, so that if you go into the place with a poor avatar, or if you refuse like whatever, they'll just kick you and get you out of there and ban you. So they'll just like block you, and so the only cans events will block you, and you can't join an instance with somebody that you've blocked.
Right.
So they'll just block you, and boom, you're done, and you get like kicked out. And so we get through the security, whatever. I'm Michelangelo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, the new movie that just came out.
Yeah.
And so I'm Michelangelo.
That one.
Alex is a blue Power Ranger. Slane has like the red Power Ranger on, whatever. And we're all there. Rek has his old avatar that has this like it's like cool. It's got this cool like heart that's in it, like a 2D heart that's like beating in his chest. Ooh. It's really cool. So the avatar I met him in. Before he got his own custom one. So we all joined, whatever. So it's me, Rek, Slane, Alex, Plebo, and Squirrel is the groups. There's 6 of us gone in there. And we go in. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Whatever. We go, and there's huge benches, like massive benches, in this like really long like walkway sort of thing. There's no stripper poles, nothing, whatever. I'm like, oh, cool. It's just this like this big stage area, whatever. And they're like, all right, go pick a seat, whatever, and then stay seated and just like stay in your spot. We ask you don't move around, whatever. Then this dude goes up on the stage, and he starts to like give us our the ground rules, whatever. And when you're standing on the stage, it like projects your voice to everybody, so it sounds like they're right next to you, like talking into your ears. And he's like, hey guys, whatever, there's this thing. He starts off by saying complimentos, and then all of the Australians are like, oh fuck yeah, mate. And they just like, and then they all go silent for like 5 seconds.
What?
And they're all like. Their drinks, everybody, and I'm like, what is going on? And then Slane's like, oh yeah, whenever they say that, you have to take a drink, and I'm like, oh god. And so then we all grab our stuff, and we're like, all right, we'll take a sip, whatever. And then he goes in, he's like, all right, welcome everybody for all this stuff. The only rules are you have to have a good rated avatar, excellent rated avatar. If you don't have them, please go back to the lobby and change your avatar, blah blah blah, whatever. Then he goes and he says, we'll be having some, we have some, people performing, whatever. If for whatever reason you do not want to be picked for a dance or whatever, you can cross your arms like this. and that will tell the dancer that you do not want to be picked or whatever. So if you're just there and you're just like hanging out with your friends, whatever, you can just do this and you don't want to be danced on. Which is like a real strip club thing.
Oh wait, never mind.
Which is a real strip club thing, I think.
Okay, Trey.
Which is weird. And so I was like, okay, whatever. That's. I was like, cool, whatever. It doesn't matter. I was probably just gonna say no. And then we're sitting there like people start going up, whatever, and everybody's like, okay, what he goes through a couple rules. He's like, drink every time that they say complimentos. Cross your arms if you don't want to be danced on. You have to have a good rated avatar. You cannot record or any of that. You can't record or have any clips or anything of the events because they have their own like photographer or like recording session of the event and stuff, which has like camera angles and things, whatever. Oh, cool. It's like a pretty legit thing. It's cool. I guess I got like they have like a few like 100 people in like the group, which is pretty dope. Nice. So they're like a big group that like group. Hosts events and stuff, and they do a bunch of things. So it's pretty cool. They have a Twitch channel or whatever for it. Yeah, so they want their credit, which makes sense. But we show up, and the whole night, the one joke that we've been making like the whole night is, hey, it's this guy's birthday, and you just point at somebody, and we're just so like, every 20 minutes we're like, oh, it's this guy's birthday, and everybody points to Rec, and then everybody's like, oh, because we're like playing a game where if you like, it's called Shitty, but you basically have to like, choose like guess what a card is going to be, and they're like, okay, what do you think it's going to be, red or black numbers, and then what's your multiplier for if you fail, how many drinks do you have to take, all that kind of stuff. So typically people do like 5 to 10, which is insane, but it's like 5 sips or 10 sips. So usually it's like a chug or 2.
Jeez. Yeah.
And so we did, you do the thing. It's usually you guess like the color, and then after that you guess like, is it going to be higher or lower? And then you guess, is it going to be in between or outside the numbers that are there? And then you have to guess the suit, and then you have to guess the card exactly that's there, which is like the craziest one. Usually everybody fails at that, but nobody even is playing the game by like the 3rd round because everybody just like stops playing and starts turning because everybody's drunk or whatever. And so usually we'll play like 1 or 2 rounds, and then we'll just hang out and like just do nothing because it just kicks off the night, and it's fun, and everybody's there at the table, and everybody's near each other. So we just kick off the night by like being around a table and like being able to talk to people. But every like 5 minutes we'd be like, oh, it's this guy's birthday, because if you succeed and you guess correctly what it is, you get to give out the amount of drinks that you normally would have to take. So some people do like 20 or like 50, which is crazy, which is like you have to finish your drink at like 50. And so usually, we'll like, everybody points at like Rec, and then they'll go and give like the 50 drinks to Rec or whatever, and then he'll get excited and he'll start chugging his like Lord. Vodka lemonade or whatever that he has in this giant pineapple cup.
Dude, he's actually an alcoholic.
He lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
He lives like 20 minutes from the Strip.
That guy's a like critical drinker.
He lives like 20 minutes from the Strip, and he drinks like all the time, like every weekend. It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday he's drinking. Or not Sundays usually.
That's less than you, though.
That
is correct.
Yeah. Well, I drink less than that. Yeah.
I
drink much less than that.
No, Ethan's drinking every single night.
They invited me to drink tonight. They invited me.
You actually got me there.
They invited me last night, and I said,
I was so confused. I was like, wait, no.
But yeah, they invited me last night. I said no.
Look at
that. So, but yeah, so then that was like the big jokes, like, oh, it's this guy's birthday, whatever. So we're in this event, we're in this lap dance event, Australian lap dance event, which is funny because everybody's just talking and they're funny and bringing out this like weird slang and stuff. Yeah. Just like,
good on ya.
Yeah, good on ya, mate.
Yep.
Like, funny stuff, whatever. So we're sitting there, and then as he's like, all right, I'm gonna pick our first lap or whatever, and I was like, okay, what? And so everybody instantly is like, it's this guy's birthday to Rec.
Oh, no.
It's this guy's birthday. It's this guy's birthday.
That's funny.
We come later to realize that it's really hard to hear the people that are outside of the stage because it kind of like muffles all the sound to like where you can kind of really only like interact with, I guess, the person who's dancing on you because you go up on stage, which we didn't know. But he's like, but like in this moment, he's like, I'm going to find the first lap to come up on stage, whatever. And so we're all like, oh, it has to be Rec. And so we're all like screaming at Rec, and he can't really hear what we're saying. He can't hear us say it's his birthday because there's a bunch of people talking around him. But he just sees like 9 people because like other Australian people who are sitting next to us also start to point and like they're like, oh, it's this guy's fucking birthday, mate. Get him up there. It was awesome. It's because Australians are just so good about like just continuing bits and like they're
dude.
such good like improvisers. It's weird. It's like
the
a culture
whole
thing.
whole country.
It's like a
jumping on
culture
stuff.
thing.
There's just
It's
no,
so
it definitely
strange.
is.
Like it's something about like with their culture. I don't know what
Their
it is,
accent,
but
dude. You can't not like
it's
smile.
so funny.
Every
yeah.
time
Yeah.
they talk, you just like.
And it's like
Fair.
Mitch. Every time that there be a joke, like Mitch would like join in on a joke, and he just like instantly just like go with it.
Mm.
It's like
Yeah.
it's just something about I don't know what it is, but it was so funny. So there's like
It's
9
something
people
in their
pointing at Rec.
brain, dude.
It's like, oh, it's his birthday. It's his birthday, man. Oh, we can get him up there. It's his birthday. And he goes around and like looks at everybody, and he's like. The guy like goes and he like looks and he stops for a moment, like the guy on the stage. He like goes and stops for a moment and kind of like cocks his head a little bit, like what's going on here? We see like he sees like 9 people pointing at Rec, and then he keeps going and we're like, no, it's his birthday, please, dude, like screaming. He can't hear us, but we don't know.
So
Yeah.
funny.
And then he goes all the way around and goes to the other side of the stage because it's this really long strip, and we're all
Okay.
the way like in the corner, and this really long strip that kind of like bisects the room, and then the other side has other like booths and like a big bench.
Yeah.
And so he goes and looks at all of this stuff, and then comes back around, and he's like, look, I wasn't gonna pick you, but I mean, if you have that many people selling you out, it's got to be for a reason, right? And so he's like, you get on up here, and then Rec's like, no, but Rec is also he's such a good sport. Like he's not like there's so many you could have been so lame in that situation and just been like after sitting there for like a long time and like having the guy go through all this stuff, then just like do the X.
Yeah.
He could have just done it at the beginning and been like, no, whatever, like done, and then it would be like less cringe and lame.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't do it because he's like, it's entertainment. He's an entertainer. He's a streamer. He's got something wrong in his brain. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like
That's true.
I'm entertaining,
Yeah.
and he's basically like entertaining to the other 5 people he's there with.
Yeah.
And so he goes up on the stage and he's like, fuck you guys. Just like, screaming at us. Like, he's like, fuck you guys. And then he goes up and he's like, all right, he's here. Good. Whatever. He like goes and sits down. And then, the dancers before, by the way, came up on the stage and we had to like click on all their on them and like show their avatar. And like he gave enough time for people to like load their avatars. There was this one person who has an avatar that can like disappear. So like she has a thing where she can like click a button
What
basically
the
and it
frick?
disappears.
What?
And so she's like invisible, but like her name is still
Yeah.
floating, but it's like really high above where she actually is because she has
The
that
heck?
thing that can like edit your like play
Yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah.
So she moves herself down in her play area, but like or she like moves she like she does some weird thing where like her name is way higher than it normally is.
Way up, but her
Yeah.
avatar's below.
But
her
it's like
play
it's
area.
her, so her name is floating way high up, but like higher than
Yeah.
it normally is, so you can't just see it when she's standing next to you. And so she is like invisible and like just pops up in Rec's face. He's like, "Oh, hi there." It's so funny. And he's like, "What's going on?" And then he sits there and she does her whole like lap dance thing, whatever, which is
Yep.
like, and she was, I was like, because I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little weird, because the avatar that went up first was probably the avatar that got the most like nude, which was like,
Yeah.
which is basically she had like a bikini on, but it was like I was like, this is kind of weird. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to be here that long. But I ended up finding out 90% of the other people
really
just had
wanna get
cool
caught
looking
by my wife.
avatars and they were just doing the dance and
Yeah.
stuff, and it was just funny to just like watch the person reacting to the person, and then you could also just hear their conversation. And so like at one point Rec got called Rec didn't it was Slane got called up, and he was up on stage and he was like just talking to the person who was doing the dance. It was so funny. There was 3 of them up there at that point. And he's like
funny.
hey, how you doing? So he's like, what time is it for you guys anyways? He was just having a conversation. It was so funny. But he's like just wasted at
That's
this
the
point.
thing
so
about
he's
like
just like,
VR.
oh.
It's like it's so disconnected where it's
It's
just, like,
hilarious.
there's
Also,
such
You
like-
would
a-
never see that in like a real,
Well,
like
you'd
if you were at
never-
a real strip club,
especially
you'd
if
never see
you're
like
wildly
somebody like.
drunk at that point,
Yeah.
you're literally gonna have no filter and do whatever.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
it's also VR.
well,
so
Yeah,
people
even
just
more
don't.
so.
Exactly.
It's just
That's what
like
I'm saying,
people have the
VR.
randomest conversations because there's
yeah,
no like
because there's no like weird
It's
like
so funny.
yeah.
there's no boundary
Yeah.
stopping them. There's no like social boundary
Right.
really.
And the funniest thing from this whole event, probably the most memorable thing from this whole event, was we're all sitting there, whatever, and we, we're new to this place. We don't know
And
what's
his wife
going
walks in,
on,
he's
all
like,
this
"What are
kind of
you-"
stuff.
She's like, "What are you doing?"
I did clip stuff, which
There
I
you
hope
go.
only Cans never finds out. And I showed Dora, and she's like, "That's awesome." She's like, "That's so cool." It was really funny. Yeah, it was really funny because I know it's like it's VR. She's not gonna care. Like unless I'm like there like ERPing with somebody, which
Yeah,
is weird
yeah.
and cringe. That's when she would be
Yeah.
upset. But I'm never doing.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's super weird.
Trey, dude,
Unless it was with
stop.
you.
Did you actually ERP?
If you and I
Nah,
ERP'd, man,
you did-
Ethan do on
that'd be
that.
fun.
Dude,
That'd be super
no,
fun.
that's his Discord kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought
Yeah.
he was going back to his Discord. I
Discord
thought he had
days,
some.
man. No, but
this
you know,
is
it's,
Roblox
dates or something.
it's like it's a video game. Who cares? Whatever. She doesn't care that much.
Yeah.
So I like, and I was sitting there, and that's why I was like a little weirded out about it. But I was like, but I'm never gonna come back and do this. And I was like, and I also don't think Dora would really care that much. And it's like, and if she does, then I will never come back. Like,
Then
I
I'll just
won't.
divorce her.
So like, if she had said, if I had like showed her the clips, or whatever, and told her about it, and showed her, and she was like, "That's weird. I didn't like you do that." I was like, I will never go back again.
Yeah,
Because
there
I
you
didn't want to wake her up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because this was at 3 a.m. Because
Yeah, I
it's
was
like
awake then.
the middle of the day for Australia or whatever, or like the afternoon for Australia or whatever. So
Yeah.
we're sitting there.
The morning.
We're noobs. We don't know what's going on. We're new to this, and Alex is like, wait a minute, what's the word that if you say everybody has to drink? And then this like dude behind us, I'm like looking up. I'm like, oh, this is security, dude. He's like, oh, it's complimentos, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, fine. He like comes down. He's like, yeah, it's complimentos. And he like comes down in front of us, and then he starts dancing. And I'm like, oh, this guy's into it. Oh, this guy's really getting into it. I was like, that's cool. I'm like, that's kind of dope. And he has this sick dude. This avatar is so sick. I'll show you guys the clip later. It looks so dope. Like he like, I don't know what it is. It's an anime boy. You know, it's classic anime boy. But he's got like purple and like blue hair, and he has like goat horns that are like the circular like goat horns that kind of come around. And he's got like all this like purple purple outfit and like black and purple like outfit like camo pants. It looks so cool. I'm like, dude, this looks sick. Like if I could have that outfit IRL, I would buy that.
Yeah.
Like it looks so cool. And I'm like, dude, this guy's just into it. Like he's like, I'm like, oh, he's loving it. I thought he was just a guy watching. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, his shirt just like digitizes off. Like
he's like, wait a minute.
And we're like, whoa, shit. And then all of us immediately turn and look at this guy and then realize what's going on. We're like, this guy is like, oh, he's part of the show. So we're like, oh, this isn't just a dude that's here to like tell us it's complimentos. This guy's here to he's now picked us. And so we're the group that he's going to dance on. And so out of all of us, he goes for Alex, which was the perfect choice because Alex is like always the one, like Alex and I are always like constantly making, like we're doing the jokes, like literally the joke that we were just doing about like us ERPing and stuff. That's Alex and my sense of humor too. So like immediately we're all like, oh, Alex, like you know, saying he loves it or whatever. So all this stuff, it's like having fun. But dude, the guy just starts like dancing on him, which is so funny. And I was like, that is hysterical. I can't believe this like random person, this like random dude comes over and starts dancing, giving Alex a lap dance out of nowhere. And I was like, that's insane. And then later he comes over to me. I was
no.
At this point, I wasn't in the Michelangelo avatar. I was in like this weird witch like anime girl because like the avatar was like weird and didn't sit right. And I was sitting down, you know, in my full body tracking like my leg, my foot up, whatever. And I was like, dude, it was the strangest thing ever because I was just like laughing my ass off, and then Alex was like coming over, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then Alex was like, I swear to God, if you stop him, I was like, if you like, you know, do the X, I swear to God, I'll never play the game with you again. Because he sat through his whole dance. He's like, I swear to God, I'll never play with you again. I'll block you. He's like, I swear. Because we all sat there and we're like, he's like, dude, I don't know, man. And we're like, pussy. And then the guy's like, are you? We're like making fun of him. And then he's like, fuck it, dude, fuck it. Like at the very first when the guy came up to him, he was like, holy he's like, I don't know. And then the guy was like, basically, the dancer was trying to like get like see if he's like, where do you go, whatever. Yeah. And then he's like, fuck it, nah. Like, and then he like, cause we're all like, you know, egging him on, like, oh, get it, dude. And then the guy comes over to me and he's like, no, if I swear to God, if you back out of this, we're not playing the game ever again together. I was like, all right, man. So I just sat there and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening?
Like,
and I'm honestly, like the whole time, I'm just like, dude, this avatar's dope as fuck. I'm like, just looking at the avatar. I'm literally just looking at the avatar because he has like 3 different like shirts that he can have. He has one that's like a long sleeve, like a short sleeve, like tight one, kind of like a compression shirt, and then he has like shirtless. And I'm like, dude, this is sick. I'm like, this is so dope. And he's got like on this little shirt.
Dude, it's all about the toggles, man.
Yeah, it's all the toggles, dude.
All the toggles effects for avatars.
If I could get like a toggle, dude. Like I just but yeah, it genuinely made me like. I was like, fuck, I need to work on my avatar.
A good
again.
avatar.
I need to work on my avatar again. Because I want to have like cool stuff where I can like digitize a sword in my hand, change my outfit. Like,
sick.
Oh, it'd be so cool. Or, like make a hat appear on my head, but like have a cool effect when it comes on. Because like it would break into like you know, like in Sword Art Online when someone would die and they would like break into like crystals. It was like that. Like it would break into like these like light crystals and like shatter away.
That's sick.
It was really cool. But man, I was like, how the hell did I get here?
Need to join that.
Yeah.
Like while I'm sitting there, like I'm just like, how did I get here? We were literally just like we're playing card games and stuff. like
you gotta do
hopping
lap
from
dancing
world
on
to
you.
world, and then all of a sudden I'm at a lap dance, an Australian lap dance event. Like, what in the world
He's
is
like,
going
oh
on?
yeah, you like that, big boy.
It was crazy, dude. It was so wild. I don't think this guy was Australian. I think he was just like part of the part of this Australian
What?
group or
He's a
whatever.
fraud.
Which I was like,
He's a
damn,
fraud.
dude,
Kick
fraud.
him
He's a
out.
fraud.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
But I was like, dude, what in the world? And then and
Partially
then, and
Australian
as all
lap
this is
dancing.
happening, I'm just hearing Slane have a conversation with the guy who was in a female avatar because he owns
Yeah,
VR
they're
chat.
they're
Yeah.
probably 90% dudes.
So
Yeah.
there was two male dancers, and one of them was the guy who was in front of us in a male avatar, and then one of them was in a female avatar
And then
in
were the
front of
others
him,
talking?
and everybody else was a woman.
Oh wow, okay.
An actual woman, yeah. And they were they
Actual
all
women.
had full body,
in VR.
so they all had like full body like 5-point tracking, so
They're
or
government agents.
7-point tracking because they had their 2 feet, they had
Their two
the hip
knees.
and their 2 knees, so they had 5. Yeah, the 5-point tracking. So like it was crazy. So it was like super accurate tracking for like full body, and they were like fully. Dude. There was one person that had this avatar that had these like weird like clones that followed behind her that were like more translucent as it goes in. It was like 3 clones that were following behind her, and she was like doing flips, like doing full flips and stuff, like back handsprings and shit.
What the frick?
Like I was like, what in the world?
Like, how's your headset not flying off?
It was crazy.
going on
Like
here?
I super tighten, I guess. I don't know. It was impressive. I was like, what is going on?
Like,
wild.
do you
But
live
yeah.
in a
How do
giant
you
mansion? Like, what are you doing?
VR.
It was really cool. They have a
Yeah.
lot of space. Either a wireless thing for their
That's
their
disorienting.
headset,
just
or
like-
they have a
You can't see.
Yeah,
a
that would be super
cord.
disorientating.
Yeah,
If you
wouldn't be
you
able
play
to,
it
like-
enough, you get used to it.
Disorienting, I guess.
You play it
Yeah,
enough,
I
you get
guess
used
so.
to it. It's like with my full body tracking and stuff now, it's crazy. Like, dude, it's wild how immersive that
Yeah, I bet.
it can
Yeah.
be.
Mm.
Like, it's so cool. Like I was sitting down, like when we were sitting on the bench. I mean, I'm sitting in a chair like this.
Yeah.
And like my back is against, like looks like it's against the back. My leg's like clipping through a little bit, but like I don't even notice it. You know, and it's weird. And I'm just like, feel like I'm sitting in this room
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
other people, and I'm like sitting on that comfy chair next to my desk in my house.
Yeah,
That is weird, man. VR's cool. I love it.
pretty
It's
interesting
just,
stuff.
it's wild, yeah.
Also, I saw
Things
something
of the
today.
future.
see?
I saw. This is about League.
Oh.
I saw
Uh-oh.
in pro play. Ramus
Thank
Yumi bot lane.
What?
Yeah.
Ramus Yumi bot lane.
What?
Ramus Yumi bot lane. And they actually like popped off.
Who was it?
I can't remember who it was.
What league was it?
I was trying to see if I can find it, but I just couldn't find it. It was like something on TikTok.
That's crazy.
But it was
Pretty wild stuff.
Ramus Yumi
I don't play
bot
League of
lane.
Legends.
Ramus
Dude,
is
my
like
my Yumi,
a jungle character.
dude, I could
He's
totally.
not a bot lane character. Bot lane is very heavy meta with ranged champs. Every bot lane
Yeah.
champion has some ranged. Ramus is not ranged.
I
Yeah.
can tell, but the fact
He's
that he's
so
just giant
the
turtle.
opposite.
He's just
It's very weird when people play like
Yeah.
melee. And
Okay.
Yumi's an unconventional support as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, huh.
Yumi in the bot lane.
Dude,
I have
I
no
played
clue what's
Yumi
going
jungle,
on.
man. I played Yumi jungle.
Yeah?
I won 2 games back to back.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's weird. Dude.
I'm very
Yumi Cho'Gath
knowledgeable
in
on
the
the
jungle.
subject.
Who are they up
No, I'm
against in
not.
lane?
I
Do you know or no?
think it was Vayne as one of them, and I can't remember the second. I only saw like clips of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy, man. I could do that. My Yumi.
And they like did a lot of damage at like level 1. They basically just like
Yeah, I mean,
I could do
Vayne.
that.
I think Vayne's AD though, right?
Put me on Yumi. I could
Yeah.
be pro.
Yeah. So Ramus has the thing against AD.
yeah.
And taunt. So
Dude,
I guess Vayne's just gonna kill
Put me,
herself shooting
I'm not
Ramus.
kidding, man. Put me on Yumi. I could be in world
Of
stage,
course.
world final stage. I could. I
Oh,
could.
yeah.
If they ban Yumi, get me off the stage immediately.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you. I mean,
Like, I can't
if
even
you
play.
play, you're off the stage.
Oh, my
anyway,
wrist
'cause you're-
hurts
you're
all of a
doing other
sudden, guys. I need a sub.
Yeah, right.
stuff. Yeah,
They
if
ban
you're
Yumi.
playing
I gotta go.
You like break one of
Oh,
your fingers
my
on
stomach.
purpose. You're like,
Yeah.
If you're playing Yumi, you're not gonna need them all anyway.
That's
so.
true. Yeah.
literally don't
Yeah,
need
it's
to-
fun.
One. You need
No, you
one.
just need to
Just-
watch because you're AFK.
Dude, my Yumi KDA is 9. I have a 9
Yeah,
KDA on
that's-
Yumi.
Oh my.
From probably the
watch.
couple of games I played, like with you and Trey and bot lane or whatever, and then like
Just feeding
got
it.
like
Yeah.
8 and stole like 8 kills from you.
From Trey, dude, this guy complains all the time about you stealing his kills. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, on Yumi, it's so fun to steal
Dude,
your
I'm a bot
ADCs. kills, man. It's fun.
Yeah, you
At
do
the
have to
top of their
complain
head.
about it.
Yeah, it's
Like-
true. He does. Yeah, he does.
It's part of the role.
Yeah. I
Dude,
need the
okay.
gold.
So there's a couple things crazy things that happened recently. I wanted to bring up.
Oh, what's the crazy thing?
Some of it I don't know if any. I know you probably heard about one of them, but
I looked at the topics. I do
Yeah.
recognize one of them. Yes.
do you guys hear anything about Aiden Ross with the streamer with 21 Savage going on Aiden Ross's stream?
Yes.
So? Wasn't there a scam?
Yeah, Aiden Ross got scammed for like what was it,
2 mil.
20K or
I
something.
thought
So
was-
so
I
it
thought
wasn't.
It was 2.
No.
scams.
It was two
Two
different
two
ones.
different people.
Oh, okay.
The 2 mil came from Playboy Cardi, which
Mhm.
didn't end up being 2 mil because he talked to he was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
21 Savage
him
called
that.
him and he was like I'll tell you how much it was after, but yeah,
What the hell is enemy birds?
he stole him. I can get into that.
Okay.
He
It's Angry Birds.
yeah he basically had 21 Savage come on, gamble whatever on stream, and apparently had marked cards. So they were playing
Yeah.
blackjack or poker.
They were playing high card. So basically, what happened was he
Basically,
came on stream to play
Brain
2K.
rot.
Yeah,
Aiden Ross got his streaming like blow up from 2K.
yeah,
He's like really good at 2K.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Aiden was like wiping the floor with him, and they kept doubling or nothing. He got to like, I think it was like It was like I don't know 200K or something. Basically, they go double or nothing again, but Aiden's like up by like 13 points. He's like, dude, I'll like drop some of this if you end the game right now. So then
yeah.
21 Savage like quit, but they ended up going to like other stuff like actual like IRL gambling, and then
Yeah.
they went for high card, which is a game where you take a deck of cards, put them all face down, sort of mix them up and shuffle and pick a random card. Whoever has the higher card wins.
Dude, that's
my.
messed up.
And so he had a new card. Like I watched a Ludwig's Mogul Mail video on it.
yeah,
he-
yeah.
Takes a new deck of cards and he like opens it up right on stream.
Yeah.
And then Aiden, and then he like hands it, or yeah, Aiden was there the whole time, but he hands it off to like one of his assistants or whatever, and they leave for like a minute or two, and they come back and they give him a deck of cards, which looks the same, right? But like, what were they doing for those 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
not
Marking
sufficient
it.
as-
And then
at all,
they take the
but-
cards and they put them on like a little table.
Oh
and
my
they're mixing them
God,
up, and
dude.
he's like analyzing these cards, right? So he's like taking a really long time, but he ends up taking cards and whatnot, and he's getting like tens and like face cards. Are those
Yeah.
yeah,
Faces.
face cards like jacks, queens, kings, aces, tens. Like he's not getting like anything low, and he's beating Aiden over and over. And then there's one point where he's looking at the cards, and Aiden like goes to like his computer to do something with the stream, and his assistant points and touches a card on the table, and then
Dude, these people are so
then
stupid.
he picks
man.
the card up and it shows it, and it's like a king, I think, right?
I saw that part. I saw that.
And what
part.
happens is they ended up leaving for a little bit to go and do
yeah.
something. And one of Aiden's assistants came in and were like, and started looking at the cards and like, dude, they're marked. Look. And he was showing him that they had like put their fingernail and pressed into the back of the card to mark them for all like the high cards. And he was showing Aiden, and Aiden figured out live on the stream.
Dude, that's crazy. How stupid are people? They just don't understand what live streaming is,
They
right?
don't.
Do they
No.
not know that it's like live feed that's constantly
Yeah,
being
They-
pumped to
what?
the person? They're like, what the hell do they think they're gonna edit it out?
I just think they're not concerned with the viewers.
Yeah, right.
They're
Like,
not-
I
They
just think
don't.
they're not
What
taking
was it,
into
21
account that
Savage?
there's-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You think
Dude,
he cares about
It's
anybody
so
but
funny.
himself, dude?
Yeah, and then he ends up finding out, and Aiden like finds out, and he like looks
Dude,
at it,
it's
and he's
so
like, all right, bro, we're done. We'll do something else. And they just go to something else. He's like, basically, didn't they just like zero out essentially?
sat in silence
Yeah.
for like
Dude, 21 Savage
It was-
literally he looked
yeah.
like a teenager who was like or like a toddler who got like found that he
Dude.
was like rubbing shit on the walls.
Yeah,
He literally was like
he looked like some high schooler that their parents were coming to pick him up. 'cause
Literally.
they were caught vaping in the bathroom.
literally
Yeah.
Like he was
He
literally
was
like,
so
An
funny.
adult man.
In front of 400,000 people, right? Wasn't it like
it was
400K?
It was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Basically,
insane
don't watch
numbers.
Aiden Ross. His shit is all brain rot.
It's
Actually,
very
but
brain
matter
rot.
of fact,
Insane.
actually, he's not on Twitch anymore. But
No, he's not.
don't watch
He's
Twitch
kick.
either. That's all brain rot. So is Kick.
Twitch
so
is
is
pretty brain rot too.
a lot of
All
streaming
of
is
live
brain rot.
streaming
Dude, it's
is-
so
is pretty
funny.
brain rot.
Can't get that content live. You can't get that content unless it's live though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Think about that.
Yeah,
all that stuff would
but
have
good
been edited or
content.
changed.
Good content comes from streaming for sure.
Yeah.
But
Oh
There-
yeah,
well,
no,
or
but
there's some
it's
content
like,
that can only be done live streams. Like you
Yeah.
would never get that kind of
Yeah.
of like.
No, it's
content out
definitely
of the
cool,
scams
but
from-
Yeah.
I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, and then the whole
Takes a lot
Cardi
of time to-
situation was a little more boring. It was kind of like
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, I'll similar kind of thing, whatever." I think they were gonna play 2K or whatever. They were gonna do stuff.
he wanted
And,
him
like,
to come
he-
stream.
Yeah, and then
He
he,
would-
and
he
then
just
hang on
wanted
Cardi
him on
just
the
didn't
stream.
come. Yeah, and then he like it took him like a long time, and then he like showed up
was there
and
for,
then
like,
just like
15
left.
minutes.
Yeah, and then
And he left.
Aiden Ross like brings out this bag of money. He's like, "Hey, Cardi, yo, come back on stream, man. This is all yours if you come back." And so he comes back on to the stream, and he makes them play like 3 songs as like intro songs, which is all just Cardi's new music.
Yeah.
And so they play like 3 songs, and Aiden's just like,
Yeah, it's just the songs are playing. They're
Dude,
all just standing around.
I was watching.
It's so dark too. You can barely see.
yeah,
them.
you can barely see him at all,
And
dude.
then
It's so
have
funny.
you seen the like? It was a video. It was like a picture. The next day, bro walks out of like a building wearing a whole ass thong.
Who?
Cardi.
Cardi?
Playboy Cardi.
What?
I mean, we
I
already
did
knew he was
not
zesty as
I
hell.
did not see that. That's crazy.
We already knew he was zesty as hell, bro. Like he dresses. He's weird. He's weird.
He's
Yeah.
funny
Playboy
though.
Cardi fans, don't come at me.
He's
You
funny.
guys are all weird.
but dude, yeah. And then he like
You guys
comes
are
back and like
freaks.
they like play the music. He like comes back. He like basically stays for like 20 more minutes, whatever. Takes the money and then just leaves.
Yeah. He's weird.
No, he mumbled. Dude, did you? Kai Sena had a clip of him reenacting that. It was the funniest thing because
Dude, it's so
he
funny.
Aiden like offered him the money and he mumbled. He's like, no one knows what he said, and then he gave Aiden like a weird like awkward hug and then took the
Yeah, and he just took the bag and then left.
Dude, Playboy Cardi,
So-
all of those rappers, they're disconnected from like
That's
humanity,
crazy.
Yeah.
which is the craziest thing. Most of them were poor.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so funny too because looking at him, he literally looks like he's never seen a microphone in his life before when he was on stream.
Playboy Cardi or
Yeah,
21?
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
Because he would literally be on the stream and he would like, did you see clips of
I
like,
haven't seen
He
it.
would like lean into the mic and he'd be like, "All right, guys, how's everybody doing?" And he'd be like
Yeah,
whispering
dude.
into the
Yeah.
microphone like that close to it. Like,
Nah, he's
you
just
just
weird.
not know how mics work, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
well,
just
it was
weird.
so funny.
I think
'Cause
he
he
was
literally
putting.
look at it and he'd
he
like
was-
lean into
he-
it.
I feel like
So
he's
funny.
putting some kind of act on. Or
Oh, for sure. I
something.
mean, he's
Either
like
that or he was.
I mean, he's the
high.
guy that
Yeah,
ran.
or he
He
was
ran
on
out of
something.
the.
He was probably on
yeah.
something.
Playboy Cardi. He did the Nardwar interview and he was like joking the whole time. I think.
I didn't see it.
I
so
think.
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he's always been kind of like an entertainer.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Lil Uzi I'm thinking of. I think it was Lil Uzi I'm thinking of. But yeah,
I
him-
like Lil Uzi.
Like Cardi's just he's like kind of just like entertainer. He's like whatever. He just doesn't really care that much. I don't think.
And dude, his fans are all weird. They're just
Dude,
like,
it's it was so funny.
because they're either dick riders or they don't care. Like
Yeah.
they all literally would actually probably suck his dick. I would not go far as to say like they wouldn't do that. They would do that like 100%.
To be able to hang out with him for afternoon, maybe.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, there's this new speaking of brain rot content, I've been doom scrolling YouTube shorts now because I'm not on TikTok that much anymore. But there's this content that I'm like obsessed with recently.
Oh no.
Dude, it's so cool. I don't know how
What
it got
is
on my
it?
algorithm, but it's so cool. And I watch like every video, and I like almost every video that these people put out. It's this barbershop in New York City.
Oh,
And
really?
it's like all the guys that work there are all Asian. I don't know if it's like a
I've seen
specifically
them
for
before. I
like-
Asian hair,
that's so
Asian
funny,
hair or
'cause-
whatever.
Oh,
But
okay,
there's
yeah.
this like because most of the clients too are also Asian. But there
Yeah.
there's a couple people that come in that are white or whatever. Like there was a black
Yeah.
guy that came in one time. But it's like I think for the most part it's like it kind of like a black owned barbershop. It's like they know
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
cut black hair, right?
Yeah.
So it's like these
Yeah.
Asian guys know how to cut Asian hair, right? And they know how to like shape you up, whatever, and all this stuff. They are extremely knowledgeable barbers. Like
Is that
they
the
know,
guy with the really square head that has the wolf cut?
yeah, the square barber.
The square barber.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Yeah.
And so they all have nicknames. So there's the square barber. There's the silent barber, who's the newest guy. He
Okay,
just
I
came
haven't
in and
seen any
he
of
doesn't.
this.
He uses like the like TikTok like text to speech voice instead of like actually talking. It's just like overdubbed over him talking to the patient or whatever.
Right.
There's like Chipmunk barber who's like a new he like just like graduated from like trainee or whatever, so he's like officially like a barber there now.
Licensed barber,
Yeah, dude, it's so. But they all have like these funny nicknames and
Alright.
stuff. And like Square Barber's like the guy who like
Yeah, he's-
started the whole thing. And he's got like a really square face, and so they call him Square Barber.
That's funny.
And it's awesome. And then there's one that they what do they call him? They call him Melon or like Melon Barber or something. I think, and he's bald. And he's got a beanie on. And dude, it's so funny. It's such good content though, because they're like talking about like. like shaping your face based off of the cut and stuff, and like,
Oh, yeah.
what's good in like 40-60 split or 70-30 split. It's like, dude, it's so cool. Like, and I'm just like obsessed with
definitely.
like barber content now.
Yeah.
It's like I've always watched Vic Blends, which is probably actually how they got onto my.
I have seen a couple of big ones.
The Vic Blends is cool because he does like the free haircuts. Like, he's the guy that does free
I watched
haircuts.
this guy. Dude, he's so relaxing. Dude, I'll literally start watching
Vic
it.
Blends, yeah, he's awesome.
No, somebody else. It's this it's a YouTuber called Haircut Harry. He literally goes
Haircut
like,
Harry.
dude, he like travels the entire the world.
Yeah.
He travels the world, like goes like random, like goes to countries and like gets haircuts and like shaves.
Yeah.
He's like random, like little like back alley, like barber shops.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Good job.
But it's like it's so relaxing. Like I'll put a video on him and it's like it's
That sounds
silent,
nice.
nobody's talking.
Oh,
It's
it's
so
that kind of content. I love that.
It's so relaxing.
There's a guy who works
dude.
at McDonald's that does that. He
What?
records himself working at McDonald's, and I watch like 20-minute videos of him just working at McDonald's.
What? That's crazy.
I love it, dude. His name's Steven Patula.
That is brain rot.
Ask Patula.
At our
content.
Hanford or not? Or
No.
McDonald's? So it's just a random one.
Yeah, just random guy.
I was
He's
gonna
huge.
say,
He's really big on YouTube. But
It was actually
but
Jesse.
Steven Patula.
No
He goes by
way.
S Patula or Spatula.
oh, okay.
It's
That's
pretty
why I
clever.
did it.
It's pretty clever.
That is
I'm
so
like, dude,
clever.
it's awesome. Yeah, he just like makes like, and then there's like videos where he's like 30 minutes of breakfast rush, and it's like him making breakfast sandwiches, and then I'll have like 30 minutes of lunch rush, or like, and then like 30 minutes of front side or whatever,
Yeah.
or like 30 minutes of fries, and he'll like just be doing fries and like drive through, and it's like you get to see how the sausage is made. It's cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
The behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's
Behind the
really
scenes of
fun.
McDonald's.
It's cool, man. It's just like something you throw on the other side, and you just like have it as noise, and you're just like, yeah, nice,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounded like, dude, that just reminded me of
It's
Homer.
something
He's
you
like,
watch when you don't need to pay attention.
Yeah,
to
exactly. You
It.
just
Like, you're eating
turn-
yourself,
Yeah,
and you watch
Yeah.
them making food.
dude. Some of my favorite content is like cooking videos where they're just like cooking.
Yeah.
Like there's this like really like, I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but there's this like very successful chef, makes a lot of recipes, and he does a lot of content where he's like just cooking, and he's like bigger than Gordon Ramsay. The guy's like basically he's like the Lin-Manuel Miranda of cooking.
Right.
He's like, like Lin-Manuel Miranda it's a very esoteric reference.
Okay.
Only Seth would understand because I don't shut up about him. Lin-Manuel Miranda is like the most successful songwriter
Maybe
for
that
like
was-
Broadway.
Maybe
Oh.
that wasn't a good reference because you're like, he's like this guy, but for food. Who?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
It's pretty.
who
it
is
is
this person?
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
esoteric,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he is
If you
like
know
the
him,
biggest
you know.
the
Could've
biggest
just said
guy.
like, actually no. Actually, I'm proud of you for making something that wasn't just like straight up like.
He's the
everybody would know.
LeBron of he's the LeBron
Yeah,
of
I was
cooking.
gonna say like you could just say
Yeah.
like Michael Jordan, but like no, that's good that you have like something that you have to compare
Unique
to.
references and
Yeah.
metaphors.
That is actually interesting. and
But
not just
he's
straight-
he's like really successful. But then he also just has a YouTube channel. He just posts stuff. Like he has this video where he
Yeah.
like makes a late night grilled cheese with chorizo sausage in it, and
Dude,
it like and the
Gordon
guy,
Ramsay's grilled
dude,
cheese.
the guy makes an actual grilled cheese. Like an actual grilled cheese where the cheese is actually melted and he's actually cooking right, and he has chorizo in it, and it literally just
is it burnt?
No, dude, it looks
No
awesome.
way.
It's a good grilled cheese by this like extremely successful chef, and you're just like, dude, nice.
nice.
I like this. This is a real
He
guy.
knows how
It's
to
a
make
real
grilled
guy
cheese.
that also can cook really good.
Mm.
But like he experiments a bunch with stuff, whatever. And I put his videos on all the time when I'm eating. Just like him and Joshua Weissman, who's a cook. He does
He's
more like
pretty good.
edited like videos of like I'm gonna make the Chick-fil-A sandwich better than they
Yeah.
can do it, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's like more content.
Oh,
But,
I
man,
want
he's
Chick-fil-A
awesome.
now.
Yeah.
Dude, I've just been like watching like Storer, and like
Dude, I gotta catch
pretty
up on
much
that.
just Storer.
I gotta watch more Storer, man.
Dude, their content's so good.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
thing that I really noticed that I like about them, they always have like the perfect music like in the background.
Yeah, their music
Their
choice
music is
really
perfect.
good.
Really, I heard that. Come on, man.
Dude.
No,
Call
dude.
me Aaron Yeager because I just caused the rumbling.
Okay, this guy. Holy crap.
We have to finish that. We have to have that watch party for the last
Yeah.
part.
Mhm.
It's
I don't
in dub
work.
now.
I work Tuesday and Wednesday this week.
I
So
work Tuesday and Wednesday
If we have
this week actually as well.
oh, okay. If
We'll
we
have
have
to see
like
what
a day
Isaac
off,
has.
Friday.
if we have day off Friday, I have Friday
Yeah.
off.
You
If-
Friday off. Ooh.
Yeah. We
Friday
could-
works for me.
We could
See
do
if it works for
cosplay
Isaac.
stuff, and then we could do watch party later
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Like I can just like throw on JJK. We'll just like
Yeah.
we'll just start
Yeah.
from episode 1 and just like put it on. in
No,
the
put on the new
background.
season because I haven't watched it.
I haven't
New
watched
season?
it either.
Well, but I want you to pay attention to the new season because it's good.
Yeah.
I know the story of the.
It's
good
literally
new
peak
season.
anime.
I know, dude. I just can't get in the mood. I haven't like watched anything but YouTube.
Yeah,
Mm.
but it's good. But like, yeah, we should do that cosplay and then do watch party
Yeah.
of last of those specials with like dinner.
My glasses came in today.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
nice.
told me about that earlier.
Let's go.
Hopefully those.
Pretty cool.
You guys get your
I'll
wigs
bring
in
it
hopefully
together.
soon.
Yeah.
I don't know when they're supposed to come in.
Yeah.
I just need wig and then.
I just need to buy the
pierced.
clothes.
Yeah.
Do you
And
still
then
have a
done.
sweatshirt? Or do you have like a
have
sweatshirt
two.
bought? You just need to put it together?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I just need to buy the out.
Think everybody
Because I'm
has
gonna
everything
buy
they need.
both
Oh, I should-
outfits
I should get some
that
buttons
Toji has
printed.
Yeah, you should.
from
That
like
we can
when he's
paint 'em.
alive to when he's comes back, like being summoned.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna wear
the sweater.
the sweater and the pants. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that'll be better for the weather too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Although
It's also more relevant
if
too. 'Cause
weather has
most
anything
people
to
have
do,
seen
if
season
weather
2.
is anything gonna be like it is this past couple of days, hopefully it won't be shitty because it's already February and it's very warm.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna
that's
get
true.
colder this next couple
I
of weeks.
am,
though.
I am hoping that it's like that. But
Thanks,
last
global
year
warming.
it was warm for a little bit in
Yeah.
Farron lives in Virginia.
Virginia, so
Okay.
he gets cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not as I don't think as us, but
Yeah.
because
It was
we're
a little
up
farther
there.
down.
Yeah,
It's like 13 hours away.
but yeah, dude. So yeah, enemy birds. I'll go that really quickly because we'll probably wrap soon here.
Yeah. Wrap up with that maybe.
Enemy birds. I was talking the other day with some people at work, and I was like, have you guys ever, like, you know, like when you're camping or something, and it's like super early in the morning, and you hear the sounds of like a bird or whatever, and it's like, you know, making a noise, and it's just like annoying because it's like the same thing over and over
Yeah,
again.
there's
Yeah.
only one sound that birds
You know,
make in the
yeah,
morning.
right, exactly. And so like what you do is like,
That's
you
true.
know, you hear that sound or whatever, and then you go onto like this website where it has like all of the bird calls from like every bird ever, and you
Oh.
go to like the sections of like the heart of like the you know, the like the calls that birds make when
Can't
they're
say
being
I've ever done
aggressive.
this.
Yeah,
And
I've
you
never
put up at
done that
max
far, but-
volume, you go on the aggressive bird calls and just go through the entire list of birds to get the bird to shut up, because hopefully you'll find a breed that's like
Is that
And
an
a
actual
predator?
thing people do?
that's like aggressive
That's what
towards
he
like whatever
does.
bird is there. Yeah, I've done that multiple times.
I have never even thought to do that.
You've never done that?
No.
No.
What do you mean you've never
Who
done
does
that? Like, It's a
that?
normal thing to do.
That's
What?
not a normal thing,
That-
bro. That
That's
is
fairly
weird.
common.
No,
it
it's
is
not. I've never heard.
Show me
any-
one other person on the planet of the earth that has done that before, and I'll believe you.
Okay, Josiah.
No.
Also there. When I
Okay.
did it.
Okay,
no,
yeah,
dude.
but
Jeff
you
Josiah's
did it.
there when
But
you did it.
you
Doesn't
did it.
count as him doing it.
That is next level. I won't lie.
He was there when I did it.
That doesn't count.
So you
So, you know.
search through every
There's
call.
a website that has like a log of like all of the like calls for birds, and you can like sort by like whatever. And I went to aggressive calls and just like it's like Wikipedia, and I just played at max volume of them, and it worked. And it worked.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It worked.
Like
dude.
a bald
the bird
eagle
stopped.
sound and
The
the-
bird stopped. I played one of them, and I don't remember what it was called because it was literally like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And I like played one of them, and it was loud, and then it stopped and just went silent. And I was like, "No way!
worked.
That's
I found
crazy.
the enemy bird.
How did you
bird.
think of that now?
Bird.
Giant enemy bird."
When did you think of that?
I
Like the
thought
other
about
day?
yeah, the other day. Because I was talking to Sophie. She liked birds,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "You ever done that?" And she was like, "No, I've
She was
never
like,
done
"You're
that."
insane, actually.
Yeah.
You're crazy and weird.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
And please stop
Little
talking
bit.
to me."
Please
Leave me alone.
Please leave me alone.
Please, I don't want you to continue to go through all of the sounds. 'Cause
Imagine you start
I just started
playing
going
them
through. Yeah, I was
at
trying to find
work.
her enemy bird, and I went through 153 before
Oh.
she was like, "Please, God, stop!" And her ears started bleeding.
Oh
You
jeez.
found it then?
I did find it though.
Which one? What was it? You forgot.
154.
It was yeah. It was
No, but what was the animal called?
the animal.
Number 154 bird.
No, I can tell you on the next episode of 99% Distracted, because that's gonna end it for us
Yep.
tonight.
See you later, folks.
We'll see you guys later. Hopefully, you can figure out camera stuff. Sorry, it was
Yeah.
dying
Yep.
so
Yeah,
much
it
this
keeps
episode,
overheating.
but
Yeah.
I don't know.
we'll get some settings and stuff figured out. But I'm glad that you were here. I hope you enjoyed the good quality.
It's been fun.
It's weird because we're looking not at I'm not looking at you guys. I'm looking at him. But it
Yeah,
looks like I'm
I've
looking
done
at
that
you
quite a
guys.
bit.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
definitely looking at the
Maybe
camera the most.
maybe this will feel intimate. Maybe it'll feel like
Yeah.
we care about you guys.
Yeah.
But
I've looked at the camera quite a bit. Because I look
Yeah.
at him and I look right at the camera. Then I'll hold eye contact with the camera.
But
for
we
like
have
5
to look
seconds.
at him because he's here. But in
Yeah.
reality, we care about you guys more than we care about him.
I've been
though.
Yeah,
staring
it's
at
true.
the
I'm staring at
chalkboard
you
over
guys.
there the whole time.
What have you been
The different
staring at?
stickers.
All right, before this outro goes for an hour and a half because we're
Yeah.
too distracted.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.
Yeah, that was good.